She hit me on the right side, which it shifted my lower jaw.
According to the reports by the police, there was blood all over the place.
The husband, the new wife, and the ex-wife came to blows the night they came to pick up the kids.
Yes, I did. I hit her.
I doubt the fact that this is the first time that you ever put your hands on your wife.
I've never hit her before.
You're behaving like vindictive Mrs. Perez.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Perez, you are Mrs. Perez, the former wife of this gentleman.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, former Mrs. Perez assaulted you.
Yes, she did.
You want damages.
Yes.
She has a counterclaim. She claims that you assaulted her first. She wants similar damages.
No, Your Honor, they didn't do that, anything.
Well, this took place when you were returning the children. There are 2 children?
Yes, actually
Three
there's
children.
3 children. To your home after a period of visitation.
Yes.
Is that so? Tell me what happened.
Well, we went to go drop off the boys.
How old are the children?
One's 10 and one's 7. We only had the 2 boys with us at the time. We went to go drop them off. It was late that night. My husband wanted to talk to her concerning one of the boys being sexually abused. He spoke with her, tried to work things out, talked to her. She started getting mad. She charged at him, started screaming back and forth at each other. I got in the middle because of the fact that the children were crying and screaming inside the home. I told my husband, let's go so it won't get out of hand, which she got mad. She struck me on my right side, and after that, my husband did hit her, and she landed inside her house.
Well, when you say she struck you, did she strike you with a fist, her open hand? How did
I didn't see when it was coming. I don't know how she hit me, but she hit me.
Did you have any injuries?
Yes, I did.
What were your injuries?
My jaw shifted. She hit me on the right side, which it shifted my lower jaw to over here, which now I have a torn joint in my jaw, which I have doctor proofs in here. And he did make a little notation on here, but I abstained from it.
How long have you been married to your husband?
I've been with him for 4 years, 3-4 years.
And how long have you been divorced?
4 years.
What was this discussion about one of the children being sexually abused?
During the weekend we had them, their son told us what was going on. My husband called the health and welfare, called the police department, tried to get something done. They said they couldn't do anything about it unless the child was endangered over there, which when we got to their residence, the other child was there at the time, and my husband...
You mean there was some allegation, according to you, that there was another child in the defendant's residence who had been sexually abusing
their children.
Their children. Both boys or just one? And you wanted to talk to her about it?
Yes. Yeah, because this had happened before, like about 2 years before.
Step up here.
Yes, because this had happened before, like about 2 years before. I brought it to her attention, and then she didn't let me see the kids for about a year.
That's absolutely untrue.
She said that I guess they had taken care of it. I called the health and welfare and everything. They never got back to me. And that's why this ended up like this.
Well, why did you pick this particular time to speak to her when you took the children back?
It's the only time when I drop them off, when there's a chance to talk to her, because I really don't talk to her. Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate that the 2 of you can't talk. Did you put your hands on her that evening?
After
is not an answer. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I did. I hit her.
Why did you hit her?
Because she started charging at me, telling me all this. She took out the little boy that has been sexually abusing my boy. He's like about 5, 6 years older. And she made him confront him. She put them both in front of each other. My little boy, he was shaking. He was scared because he was going to get beat up by this little boy. And it's still going to happen. And he was scared. And she started screaming like, what? After she hit my wife, she said, what, are you going to hit him? And I said, no, I'm going to hit you. And that's what happened. I did. I struck her.
How many times?
I don't remember. All I remember is I lost it. It must have been like 3, 4 times.
Were you arrested?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
He has been charged.
And my wife even pulled me off of her because she didn't want that to happen, but still did.
She did not touch her, Your Honor.
Shh. How old is this other little boy that's in the house, and how is he related to your former wife?
He's her nephew. Yeah.
How old is he?
He's like about 13, 14.
He's
My little
11.
boy's like 7.
He's 11 years old.
It's 11.
Yes.
Okay, let me come to you. I'd like you to tell me your version of the events of that evening.
Your Honor, can I have the girl stepped out for a minute? I mean, there's some sections here that I would rather them not hear.
Are these your daughters?
This is my daughter, and this is her friend.
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
Step out.
Just for a minute, and because there's some issues that before, and it involves one of my daughters, and I would rather her not be present when I talk about it. I divorced Mr. Perez because of violence.
Domestic violence.
Yes. During the divorce, because it was really hectic for my children, I took them to counseling. And in one of the counseling sessions, my daughter revealed to the counselor that she was being molested by her grandfather, paternal grandfather.
Paternal?
Yes.
Grandfather.
That was reported to the police and
That's not true.
and whatnot. Mr. Perez, in turn, countered that and started saying, at this time, my nephew was 7 years old, my son was 6, and my other son was 4. In order to get back at me, he started saying that my 7-year-old was molesting my 6 and my 4-year-old. They called child services. We took all the children in for interviewing. And it was determined that the kids were playing. You show me yours, you show me mine. It was that kind of relationship that, at that time. Now, they come to my house that day and saying that my child had told her child, made a comment to her child. I talked to my little boy about this, and we have taken him to counseling also regarding this.
Why did you take him to counseling?
Because they've been so traumatized by all this. You have to understand, Your Honor, these people have been torturing me for 4 years. I mean, between taking me to court, I have been to court about 20 times since I divorced. For protection orders, for getting beaten up, for modification of child support, for everything.
Okay.
Anyway, we were at the house that day. I didn't have any milk, so I had to run to the store. I left my daughter and Veronica in charge. They were there. They came and dropped off the boys, and I wasn't home. I was at the store getting milk, and then I wasn't home. So they called the police on me again, because they called the police on me for everything, saying that the kids were unattended.
So let me understand this. You dropped the children off, and then you called the police.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
They didn't ask to be born. You made them. And your primary responsibility is supposed to see to it that they have happy childhoods.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Diana Perez is being sued by her ex-husband's new wife, 22-year-old Christina Perez. Christina charges that Diana hit her in the jaw, causing serious injury. But Diana says she was only defending herself.
You dropped the children off, and then you called the police.
No, we didn't drop the children off at that time with the girls. My husband wanted to talk to her regarding their children.
So you kept the children in the car?
Yes, we went to the police department.
Mr. Perez, so you didn't drop the children off?
No.
You put the children back in the car, or they remained in the car?
Yes.
And you drove directly to the police station?
Yes.
And what did you tell the police?
I just told them that she's not there, because she always does this. I'm supposed to drop them off at 7. It was
Just
already
a
like
second.
12 o'clock.
Just a second. What did you tell the police? I
Like-
didn't ask your whole history.
Okay, I just told them that basically that's it. That I went to drop him off. I already went like about 4 times. She's not there. And in the divorce decree, it says that I should drop him off at 7, pick him up at 7, and drop him off at 7. That's what it was all about.
How old are these 2 girls?
I think my daughter's 13. I don't know about the other one. I don't even know who she
Your
is.
daughter is 13.
12.
Or 12, going to 13.
And your 2 sons that you were dropping off?
That time he was 6, and the other one's like 9.
9 and 6.
Yes.
Why couldn't their sister watch them?
I could have left her off, but I wanted to talk
Shut
to her.
You could have left them off.
Yes.
Now, you drove back at 10, and you say she wasn't home at 10. Did you go back to the police again?
No, we called them up.
Called
from our
who?
home, the police department from our home, to let them know that she wasn't home yet and what was going on. We let them know, and they told us we would have to get a hold of the health and welfare.
Just a second. At 10 o'clock, the girls were home.
Yes.
So why didn't you bring the children home instead of calling the police?
because he wanted to talk to Diana concerning the boys.
It wasn't urgent to talk to her that night. Certainly not urgent enough to call the police. You folks, I don't know about what's happening on her side, the history of what's going on there, but you people are not behaving like responsible parents. You're behaving like vindictive babies. And you're putting your children in the middle, because whenever you bring the police into something, you put the children in the middle. Ridiculous.
Excuse me, Your Honor. The only reason I bring the police into it because there's been a lot of occasions where I get busy or something, and she calls the police department.
That's
and
terrible.
They want to pick me up.
Just a second. You mean you get busy and don't bring the children home on time?
More like I only see him like sometimes she doesn't really let me see him for 3 or 4 months.
Mr.
So when
Perez.
I do see him, I try to take him out, go do something.
Mr. Perez, I'm hearing a lot of excuses from this end. Now, I don't agree with using children, custodial parents, if they happen to be mothers using the children. I just don't like the vibes that I'm getting over here, sir. Something in my common sense and my training suggests to me that there's a lot more here than I'm going to have time to hear today. How much child support do you pay?
$360 a month.
When was the last time you went back to have that modified?
I'm supposed to be in court tomorrow.
For what?
Modification on it.
Whose modification?
Mine, I guess, yeah.
What do you mean you guess?
Yeah, well, it's mine.
It's your petition to modify downward the order of support?
Yes.
From $360 a month?
Yes.
For 3 children?
Yes.
Why?
Because where I used to work before, I used to make a lot more money, and they closed the plant. I'm out of that job, so I ended up, to be able to pay the child support, I could have got unemployment, but I figured, no, I got to pay my child support, so I went and got another job. It went like 2.5 less an hour, so that's why I'm getting the modification.
How many times have you gone for a
modification?
Mr. Perez, how many modification petitions have you filed in the last 4 years?
This is it.
This is the second
4.
one.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I would like to see the initial police report from you, Mrs. Perez. Can I see it, please? What was the date of this incident, by the way?
The ended up being on the 25th, because it was late that night, so they did 24th, 25th.
Okay. Now let me see the medical bill, please.
These are...
Were you arrested that night, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I knew I did wrong, so I just went and turned myself in.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I mean,
This is
that's
what I
what's
look like after I got beat up by him.
It would have been worse, Diana. He could have killed you there.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gabriel Perez's current wife, Christina Perez, is suing Gabriel's ex-wife, Diana Perez, claiming Diana assaulted her during an argument. Diana says her ex-husband injured her.
You didn't go to see a doctor until 2 days after this incident. Mrs. Perez, is that right?
I went right the next day, Your Honor.
No. 2 days later. This happened on the 24th. You went and just
Actually, it was the 25th, late that night. And the police officer did neglect me medical attention, so I had to go on my own.
He neglected?
Yes, he did.
Did you go to the doctor before or after your husband was arrested for assault?
I went after.
Yeah, I got it. Now, I understand it. You don't get $5,000 for a slap. I don't see anything here about injuries, madam. And I don't know why you got in between these 2 people. I have no idea. You had no business being there. You had no business getting in between these 2 people. Now, you, with regard to your counterclaim, are suing the wrong person.
Pardon me?
You're suing the wrong person.
Oh,
He's the one you should be suing.
I know.
He was the one who injured you. And according to the police reports here, you were pretty severely beaten. He sort of acknowledges that he severely beat you. He lost it. I assume that it's not the first time he lost it.
No.
Yes, it was.
Baloney.
Never hit her before.
Well, then maybe the other times that you hit her,
I've
you
never
hit her
hit
on
before.
purpose.
I've never hit her before.
You two people present a very sad commentary on what happens when people separate. You are remarried, you have a new wife. You have any new children with your new wife?
Yes, I do.
How many children?
2.
2. Do you work?
Yes, I do.
So you work inside the house or outside
Inside the house.
In the house. What do you do?
I have a child daycare, which I am licensed to have one.
Fine.
I
Oh,
went to
that's
school
good.
for it.
That's good. All right, because I assume you know he has prior financial obligations to the 3 children that he had before
Yes,
he
Your
made
Honor,
more children.
I've been divorced before. I know how it goes. I was dealing with her before with the child custody of the kids so they could visit their father. I would talk for both of them.
Well, that's a big
Yes,
mistake.
it is a big mistake. which
Big
I
mistake.
tried to get them to do
Especially
it.
when, Mrs. Perez, it's a big mistake, especially when a portion of your husband's salary is going to support his other 3 children. And there's not a lot of money to go around, so that makes you a little bit irritated.
I know he has obligations, which
Well-
is okay with me, because $360 a month is not even hardly enough to support
It
the
sure
children.
isn't, especially when he's going to have it reduced. $360 for 3 children a month doesn't keep a cocker spaniel in puppy chow. Certainly not 3 growing children. So, I don't believe she injured you, madam. I don't believe that this slap, which you refer to as a slap, caused you any injury whatsoever. Let me tell you what I think.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
What I think is that you got very nervous when your husband lost it and was arrested for assaulting her because he assaulted her and you know he injured her.
Yes, I
because,
know that's right.
Because,
I tried to
because
prevent
according
it.
to these reports, there was blood all over the place. According to the reports by the police, there was blood all over the place. So then I believe that you and your husband came up with this story to try to soften it a little bit, that she was the one who instigated the whole thing by assaulting you. Now, you are not denied assistance by the police. There were no visible signs of any injury on you when the police arrived. None whatsoever. Your case is dismissed. You, on the other hand, madam, are suing the wrong person civilly. He's the one you ought to be suing. I suggest that you do it so that you can get damages from him, so the next time he loses his temper, he'll know what's going to cost him.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as your children are concerned, you got to do the right thing with regard to your children. If he has a legitimate concern with regard to what's going on in your house with a now 12 or 13-year-old, you have to take that very seriously.
Yes, I do.
And you have to stop thinking that it's just in retaliation. If it's true that when he confronted you with this allegation, you put both boys together, very bad thing to do.
I
You
didn't
have
do
to be
that.
protective of your own child.
definitely.
And make sure that this is not going on in your home, because very
Definitely.
often parents are the last to know.
Definitely.
You have to stop abusing the system, sir. Abusing the police system, abusing the child welfare system, in order to gain an upper hand in whatever kind of proceedings you have, whether they be support proceedings, whether they be visitation proceedings, whether they be custody proceedings. And the two of you have to recognize that together you made 3 children. The 3 children are the innocents. They didn't ask to be born. You made them. And your primary responsibility is supposed to see to it that they have happy childhoods. And right now, you're not doing that. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I mean,
This is
that's
what I
what's
look like after I got beat up by him.
It would have been worse, Diana. He could have killed you there, but I took him off of you.
You
so be
didn't do
thankful.
anything, Christy.
Yes, I did. He's a great husband. I mean, the 4 years I've been with him, he's never hit me. I mean,
You were engaged for 4 or 5 months, and then you both decided that this wasn't working?
He decided.
She decided it was going downhill from the day it started.
Parties on Crawford versus Viscomi. Step up, please.
Raymond Crawford paid $7,500 for Regina Viscomi's engagement ring when they fell in love. She gave him back $5,000 when they fell out. He wants a bigger cut.
Order. All rise. Order. Now, this is number 87 on the calendar in the matter of Crawford versus Viscomi. Seated, please.
I always get a little sad when I have a case involving an engagement ring because I never got one.
Oh.
That's true. I never got an engagement ring. You, however, Mr. Crawford, were engaged to the defendant according to your complaint, and you bought her this very pricey engagement ring that
Yes, Your Honor.
she picked out because she was in the diamond business or had an in the diamond business. You paid $7,700 for the engagement ring.
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
And since you're here, we all know that the engagement went kaput. And now what to do with the ring. So far, right?
Correct.
Well, the ring has been sold.
All right.
2 years ago. Almost.
How long were you engaged, sir?
From November of '94, when we went to Palm Springs, and the date was going downhill from the moment we got engaged. And
That is a lie.
Well, he thinks it's going downhill. That's okay.
How can it go downhill when you just get engaged to be married? That is the
From the
happiest time
moment-
of your life.
from the moment
So how long were you engaged?
4 or 5 months.
March 13th, she returned a check to me for $5,000.
You were engaged for 4 or 5 months, and then you both decided that this wasn't working?
He decided.
She decided. It was going downhill from the day it started.
So if he decided and she decided, it sounds to me like you both decided. Is that
No,
about...
he decided
You mean
because
you hadn't a clue that things weren't going well?
No, I thought things were going well because February 14th, and I have the proof right here to show that I thought things were going well. I have love letters, I have cards, I have a Valentine's card to him 2 weeks before he called it off. I love you, a picture of us in a frame. I mean, I took the trouble to do that. Obviously, I thought things were going well.
Okay, so that's a couple of years ago. March.
Year and a half or so.
Okay. And you broke off this engagement, and she kept the ring, correct?
No, Your Honor.
Well, at that moment, she kept the ring.
She would not return it to me. Prior to...
Did you ask her for it?
Many times.
And what did she do?
On several, she stalled. On one occasion...
Just a second, you said something about a $5,000 check.
Yes, Your Honor.
When did she give you the $5,000 check?
I have a photocopy of the cashier's check, which she gave me for $5,000 dated March 13th.
May I see it, please?
Yes. When I asked for the ring, she says, this is what you're going to get, and be glad that's all you're getting.
March 13th, 1995.
Instead of returning the ring to me.
Okay. So you took this $5,000 check, Mr. Crawford, and you returned it to her and said, I don't want your $5,000. I want the ring back because the engagement is off. Is that what happened?
I held on to the check for about 10 days because I didn't know what to do with it.
And then you returned it to her.
And then I deposited it into my checking account.
So 2 years ago, you took the $5,000, you put it in your checking account, and either you saved it or you spent it.
I paid off the loan from the credit union.
Okay.
I felt that I shouldn't be penalized every month with a bill as a result of the relationship. Well, she had a nice, pretty diamond ring.
I absolutely agree with him that when the engagement terminated, you should have returned the engagement ring to him. But you accepted $5,000, sir, in payment for that ring. You didn't mark this in partial payment of $7,700. You accepted it, you cashed it, and you used it to pay off the credit union, to do whatever. Something must have happened within the intervening 2 years that brought you here today.
Well, I'd like to tell you. What happened was that night, March 13th, I told Miss Viscomi I was going to take her to small claims court for the
You did not.
for the $2,700. That moment, she says, "Go ahead." I have a copy.
So she said, "Go ahead." So what happened?
She was renting my condominium at the time, and I have a copy of the
Just
lease.
tell me. Put all the papers down.
She says, "Go ahead and take me to small claims court. The rent is $900. You take me to court, I'm going to stop paying rent on you. It'll take you 3 to 4 months to get your money out from losing or loss of rent."
You were coerced into not pursuing a legal remedy that you had for the ring because you were afraid she was not going to pay rent on the condo that she was living in. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying to me? All right, so that's March. So let's say, should she stay there 4 months?
No.
Look at me. How long did she stay there after that?
From March of 95 just until August of 96.
Well, that's a long time. Did she pay you rent?
Yes.
So then you waited for her to move out, and then you decided to pursue the ring.
Yes, I never
Because-
forgave her for that.
Judge Judy will return in a moment.
And we slept together, and we were together, and we did ski trips, and we did this, and we went to the Caribbean, and we went to Maui, and we did all these fun things, and he never once brought that ring up.
Raymond Crawford paid $7,500 for Regina Viscomi's engagement ring when they fell in love. She gave him back $5,000 when they fell out. He wants a bigger cut.
Now, I'll hear from you.
Thank you. Your Honor, a month after he broke up with me, we got back together. And we were together for another year. And we slept together, and we were together, and we did ski trips, and we did this, and we went to the Caribbean, and we went to Maui, and we did all these fun things. And he never once brought that ring up.
Is that true, sir?
For the time we dated once a month, it started once a week, once a
Is
month.
that true?
The commitment time was September on the cruise of 95.
I'm not talking about the commitment time. I'm talking about after the ring was returned, you got your $5,000 from her. She says that after that time, you renewed your relationship, even though it wasn't an engagement relationship. I assume you weren't wearing the ring, correct?
Correct.
And you went on trips together, you were intimate with each other. Is that true? That requires a simple yes or no.
Yes.
And that was for about a year?
Yes, and she dated other people at the time.
That's fine. Okay. Now, where's the ring?
I sold the ring.
For how much?
Well, I sold it
Now
for...
look at me. Look at. No, don't look over there. Don't look over there. Don't look at your toes. Look over here.
Okay.
Right here. How much did you sell the ring for?
$7,000. And I owed my ex-boss, which Ray knows exactly about, a commission
How
of
could you sell?
$1,000.
Listen to me.
about it.
How could you stand there and tell me? That doesn't mean that you're going to win or lose, but how could you stand there and tell me that you got a great deal on this ring because you were in the business when it was bought? You said in your answer, which I read very carefully, that you put your blood and sweat into finding just the right ring and getting just the right diamond
That's
and just
true.
the right stone for the best value. So how can you tell me that within a relatively short period of time you sold the ring for less than what you paid for it?
Because the ring was a bad memory, and I wanted to get rid of it, and I wanted to get rid of it fast. I did not want any other woman to be wearing my engagement ring, which I did go downtown to LA twice, looking for this ring, looking for the diamond, finding the perfect ring, and Ray didn't invest any time or energy on this with me.
Do you think that it's fair, what's right, for him to have paid $7,700 for it on the assumption that you were going to marry? The contract of marriage was broken. In my opinion, what the state of the law is or should be, that if a gift is made in contemplation of getting married, like an engagement ring, and if that agreement is broken, the ring should be returned. Now, you may have felt some inner feeling about not wanting somebody else to wear a ring that you spent your time and effort in locating the perfect stone. You didn't take it and throw it in the Pacific. What you did was you sold it, and you sold it for $7,000. Now he's paying off the $7,700. You have $7,000. Do you think that that's fair?
I do, and
Well,
I'll tell
then
you
I'd
why.
like to hear. I'd like to hear your
I'll
rationale.
be more than happy to tell you. Okay, if Ray were to sell the ring on his own, in any consignment situation or off the street when a couple walks into us and they say, hey, this engagement fell through, the marriage is over, we're divorced, give me some money for this ring. In most cases, 9 out of 10 cases, they get 33% of the value of the ring. So I thought that $5,000 was more than fair. And I had to give $1,000 to Glenn Bain, who was my employer at the time, as a commission.
Where's the paperwork?
Jeff,
So,
what kind of commission?
because Glenn felt, and you know this, Ray, Glenn felt that because I was getting such a good deal, because I was his employee, that he should get some sort of kickback for giving me the contacts in the industry, the diamond brokers, the vendors, all the people downtown, which I thought that that would have been a fair thing to do. So at the time of sale, I gave him $1,000, okay, and I kept $1,000 because I took the time, 2 days off of work, and look what I'm doing here today. My store is closed.
I don't understand this. You had...
So I kept $1,000, Judge, Your Honor.
But that's,
First
first
time
of
I
all,
heard of it.
if I believe you, that's $1,000 you're not entitled to. If I believe you. Because he paid for it, and there's no reason for you to have $1,000.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. Stay tuned. Raymond Crawford paid $7,500 for Regina Viscomi's engagement ring when they fell in love. She gave him back $5,000 when they fell out. He wants a bigger cut.
But what I'm still not able to rationalize in my mind with all of these wonderful connections, and you seem like a very smart business lady to me. You're in a business now, right? What kind of business?
Correct.
What kind of business?
Jewelry business.
Jewelry business. So you're in the jewelry business, and what you're telling me is you emotionally just wanted to get this ring out of your life, out of your room, so this great deal that you got, which required you giving $1,000 commission to your then boss because they introduced you to all the right people. So you got this $10,000 diamond, which you say it's insured for $10,000 or appraised for $10,000. You got this great buy. You went and sold it, smart businesswoman that you are, for $7,000, less than what he paid for it. I don't believe you, madam.
Okay.
I don't believe you. In all fairness, why should he be out the money?
Because he hurt me. He ended our relationship.
Well,
I mean, and it was my ring. It was given to me as a gift.
No, it's given to you in contemplation of getting married.
Okay, I thought, and I did read this in Ann Landers one time, that if he breaks up with you, then you're entitled to keep the ring. That is something
Let me tell you something. I have tremendous regard for Ann Landers. I wouldn't base my legal future on advice that I read in Ann Landers. Now, if I were writing a column, I would bet my legal future on that. You owe him the money. I don't believe that you gave your boss $1,000 commission. My original thought in this case, quite frankly, was you took the $5,000 and you took it really in full satisfaction of the ring. I've had second thoughts. Even I can have second thoughts. I don't see why the defendant should be enriched on your back.
Thank you.
If I believe that you gave your boss $1,000, I would say you only owe him $1,000. I don't believe you gave your boss $1,000. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
I'm happy that I didn't receive the total amount, and that's what the judge did not listen to. Where's the papers
ring's
on the
gone,
ring?
just
Where's
like
the
you are.
papers?
You're out of my life, buddy. See you later.
And now, the next case.
Parties on my coin versus Garrettson. All parties on my coin versus Garrettson. Step up, please.
Helen Mycorn claims that Michael Garrettson sold her a terrier with a missing toe. He's given her a choice: take the money or the dog.
All right, I've read your complaint. I've read your answer. Let me see if I understand this. Ms. Mycorn.
Yes.
You purchased that adorable little puppy from the defendant, who is a dog breeder, when she was a few weeks old. Is that right?
That's correct.
And the day after you purchased her, you took her to your vet?
Correct.
And what did your vet tell you?
He said she was fine.
So you were happy that you had a cute puppy that
That's
was
right.
healthy. And then, according to your complaint, you took the dog to a groomer about 3 months later.
Yes.
And what happened when you took the dog to the groomer?
We found that she had one foot was not fully developed.
And you took the dog back to
to the vet.
What'd the vet tell you?
He thought it was a generic dysfunction.
So then you called the defendant.
Right.
And what did you say to him?
Pardon?
What did you say to him?
I told him that I thought I should have some of my money back because she wasn't the dog that I thought she was.
Well, how much did you want back?
Well, I gave $775 for her. And I think I should get about $700 back because she can't be bred.
Now, you say in your answer, which I read, that you are perfectly willing, even today, to return her money. Now, your complaint says $750 that you gave him for the dog.
Well, I gave $775.
You're perfectly willing to give her back her money if she gives you back the dog. That's what you say in your answer.
Yeah, because I like the dog. I know the dog is the lines on the dog, and I had no problem. I told her that.
Now, did you look at this dog's foot?
I know about the foot. I told her. I said there's no genetic problem. And I had told her it was a difficult breech delivery. To save the dog, I had to use my Kelly clamps. I'm a registered nurse. I had to hold on to the female and wait till the contraction to pull it out. And a couple of the small little ends of the toe had came off. And I told her it was not a defect. And the dog came out so nice, you know, it never doesn't even limp or anything. I told her that.
She friendly?
So there's no genetic problem, Your Honor.
Okay, so you are prepared. Hello, sweetheart. What's the puppy's name?
Sophie.
Sophie. Many years ago, when I was a brand new bride, I wanted a Yorkshire Terrier. And at that time, they were a lot less expensive, but in those years, they were still expensive. They were about $300. My husband, no way was he going to spend $300 for a dog. So I got in touch with a breeder. Somebody gave me the name, and I said, listen, come to the house, bring me a puppy, tell my husband it's only $100. I'll give you the other money when he's not here. So she did. And she brought me this Yorkshire Terrier. Now, I had seen Yorkshire Terriers before, and, you know, they're beautiful. They usually have long hair and very small faces. Hello, sweetheart. And this dog, when it walked into my house, looked like a Yorkshire Terrier that had undergone chemotherapy. It was the ugliest sucker. But the breeder assured me that the coat was going to come in and be full and lovely. To make a long story short, never did. I named the dog Folly, because she was sort of my folly. And I had her for 13 years. So I'm looking at this puppy, and she's very, very sweet. So my question to you is, do you want your money back? He's willing to give you your money back, but he wants the dog back.
I would like to pay him a lesser fee for the dog.
Now, you either fall in love with this dog, Miss Micon, you want the dog because you want to use her as a pet, or you want to use her for breeding as a pet, and that's what you really want, and then you can go to someone else and find a breeder quality Yorkshire Terrier that you can have as both a pet and a dog that you can breed.
Judge Judy will return in a moment.
Do you care about her?
I do.
Well, do you want to...
But he lied to me.
No, I don't think he lied to you.
He didn't tell me what was wrong with her.
Listen to me. You took the dog to your vet, a trained, experienced vet. Oh, she wants to go back. Do you know why she just growled at me, Miss Mycorn?
You mentioned veterinarian.
No, she growled at me because I was raising my voice at you. That's why she growled at me. So you took the dog to a very experienced vet the day after you got her, and the vet didn't notice anything wrong with her. So I don't think this man lied to you. He's prepared to give you back, and I gather has been prepared for a while to give you back the $775, and he said he would take the puppy back. I just want to find out from you if that's what you want, and then I'm going to ask him a couple of questions.
Why did you not?
No, don't ask him anything. You have to decide, Miss Mycorn, what you want to do.
I want the dog.
Good. You made the right decision. This case is dismissed. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
came and emptied out the apartment, but the agreement was she was going to give me the ring that day.
They were planning to live happily ever after, but now that the romance hit the rocks, he wants the ring back.
Who broke the engagement?
She did.
Is that correct?
That's incorrect, Your Honor.
If you have problems before you're married,
Yes.
usually they get worse.
As when his fiancée, Barbie Coppola, called off their wedding 2 weeks before the date, she kept the engagement ring. Barbie says the ring was a gift.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please, all rise. Sir. Judge, this is case number 185 on the calendar in the matter of West versus Coppola. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please. Sir, have a seat.
Mr. West, you want the engagement ring back after 4 years.
Yes.
What took you so long?
We were supposed to get married in '95.
Yes.
And so it took time. She told me we should get back. We had an agreement. We got together a couple times.
You were supposed to get married.
Yes.
Who broke the engagement?
She did.
Is that correct?
That's incorrect, Your Honor. There was a postponement. We postponed the wedding. It was something we
Well,
both...
somebody had to say, I think we ought to postpone the wedding. Who said that?
We both did, Your Honor.
She did.
We both seen premarital counselors, and we were advised by the counselors that the problems we were having were not going to change within 1 month's time. We were
so
supposed
you
to be...
postponed the wedding?
That's correct.
Let's say you postponed the wedding. According to your complaint, sir, despite the fact that you postponed the wedding, I found it odd that you went on your honeymoon.
Yes. Everything was paid for. Everything was paid for.
So you figured you might as well?
Yeah, we were staying together. We weren't breaking up. We just postponed the wedding.
Okay. You are married to someone else?
That's correct. Almost 1 year next month.
Tell me, Mr. West, she's married for almost a year to somebody else. What took you so long to get around to asking for the ring back?
It's been asked for back since the beginning. It's been told it would be given back. It would be given back. We get together. It wasn't given back. I seen her in January of this year. It wasn't given back then. She might have been married, but still saw her at her apartment.
It was December. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ultimately, after you were seeing each other, after the wedding was initially postponed, you both decided, I assume, that this was not a relationship that should result in a marriage.
Yes.
Was that a mutual decision?
No, that was her again.
You didn't have a clue?
Your Honor?
You didn't have a clue?
No, I didn't. No. We had problems, but I didn't think, no, I didn't.
Listen to me, sir. If you have problems before you're married,
yes,
you're supposed to think about whether or not these are going to get better. Usually they get worse, right? Usually the best time you're supposed to have is when you're courting and engaged, and it's supposed to be light and fun. The problems are usually after you get married, the little frustrations that you have. So you're not married now, are you?
No.
Just think about that for next time. It's just good advice. I won't charge you for it. He gave you the ring in anticipation of getting married.
That's correct.
Why isn't he entitled to his ring back? Where is the ring, by the way?
It's not in my possession. I took it back to the jewelry store where it was bought from.
You took it back to the jewelry
That's
store?
That's correct. That is correct.
When?
In '95, after we broke up. Officially broke up.
Yes?
Yes, and I took it back. I did not want it. And I was never asked for it back. Did not want it.
Well, when you gave it back to them, did you just say, here's the ring, I don't want it anymore?
No, I took it back to the jewelry store.
Did you get the money?
Yes.
Oh.
Your Honor, let me just explain one thing, Your Honor.
Shh.
Order.
Can I explain one thing, please?
Sure.
I purchased many of gifts from Mr. West. Appliances such as refrigerators, televisions, VCRs, air conditioners, etc. I'm paying them on my credit cards today, presently, still paying for them. I never asked for anything back. That was portrait of being married as well.
What about Mr. West? Did he have any expenditure of money as a result of this wedding? According to him, he did.
No, that's incorrect as well. Myself and my mother and Mr. West's mother did all of the arrangements. We had a joint checking account, which we both paid for deposits on the wedding. That was not anything he did solely on his own.
No, but you did it so. You
We did it together, so we both took a loss,
Okay,
Your Honor.
that was...
We both took a loss.
Until the time we broke up, it was a joint checking account and everything, but I've been paying, we've been broken up now for two and a half years. I've been paying since then. I'm still paying on the wedding. $5,000 loan,
And I'm still
the
paying for gifts that
$3,500
I've
credit
given
card.
him in his home that he still has, Your
Okay,
Honor.
well,
Refrigerators.
listen to me. There's a difference between a gift.
That's what this was.
Shh, listen to me.
Okay.
There's a difference between a gift and an engagement ring. An engagement ring is a gift that's given in contemplation of two people getting married. And that's different from a refrigerator or an air conditioner or a coffee pot or anything else. It's different. So then let's get to the answer to the question that I asked you before. You brought the ring back to the jeweler.
That's correct.
Mr. West, how much did you pay for the ring?
$33.27.
And you brought the ring back to the same jeweler where it had been purchased.
That
And
is
how
correct.
much money did you get for the ring?
$2,100, Your Honor.
Do you have the receipt for the
Yes,
jeweler
I
from
do.
that? Could I
It's
have
right
it, please?
And that was in October, Your Honor.
Did you ever tell Mr. West that you would give him back the ring?
Nope, he never asked for it.
They told me they were giving back the ring when I gave them back the stuff from the apartment. She came and emptied out the apartment.
That is incorrect as well.
She came and emptied out the apartment. My landlord at the time,
What did she take out of the apartment?
everything, all the gifts that I did purchase for her, they were rightfully hers, so I let them
Like
take her. Precious moments,
That's
boxes,
it.
dishes,
They were
everything
mine,
she wanted.
Your Honor. Okay.
Hey.
They were gifts, so they were hers, so I let her take them. But the agreement was she was going to give me the ring that day. She went back out in the car with her mother, decided she was not going to give the ring back to me. And I closed the door and said she couldn't come in. My name was only Alicia, then she couldn't have any more until I got it. So she stood out there with the cellular phone that we purchased together and said if I did not let her in and get the rest of the stuff, she was going to pop a fever blister that she got in Jamaica and say I punched her in the face if I didn't let her take it.
Your Honor.
So that's what I did. I opened the door, I let her take the rest of her stuff, and that was it. That's part of the reason why it took so long, because this is what I had to go through.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He called me an N lover is what he called me. So you tell me what it's about.
And later today,
That's usually cheap and easy to make a new baby. It doesn't cost you very much, sometimes just a nice romantic dinner, right?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 26-year-old Timothy West is suing his former fiancée, Barbie Coppola, because she refused to return the ring. Barbie says that Timothy is a racist and is only suing her now because she's involved with a Jamaican.
Did you go to the house at any time to retrieve any property?
Yes, I did.
And did you go there with your mother?
Yes, I did. This is my mom right here.
Mm-hmm. Step up. Tell me your name.
Hi, Gwen Coppola.
Ms. Coppola, you remember going with your daughter to the
yes,
apartment
I
that you
do.
shared with the plaintiff?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell me what kind of a vehicle were you driving?
My car, a white Buick LeSabre.
And in that
Oh,
car...
no.
That was incorrect. It was my
No,
car
I'm-
that I
I'm
paid
sorry.
for with the loan for the wedding.
Wrong. We were in Barbie's,
We were in an Audi.
in an Audi.
That's
I'm
correct.
sorry.
Okay. And what did you put in the Audi?
2 bags of precious moments.
What's precious moments?
They're a collector's
Figurines.
figurine.
That's what I collect, and they were
And
purchased.
I bought the figurines for her.
90% of them.
I'm speaking to your mother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And some things that, when my mom died, had given to Barbie. And that's what Barbie walked out of the apartment with.
Did you ever have, Ms. Coppola, any discussion with your daughter about the engagement ring?
No.
Ms. Coppola, I'm going to ask you that
Oh, you
question
mean-
again. Let's try it just
Go
a
ahead.
second. Let's try, take a deep breath. Let's try it one more time. Did you ever have a discussion with your
Yes.
daughter about the engagement
Yes.
ring? All right. At the time that she broke up with the plaintiff, tell me about the discussion you had with your daughter about the ring.
The time that she broke up with him?
Yes.
No. Not when she broke up with him. Barbie asked me a year later, maybe less than a year later, did I think it was right for her to sell the ring because she needed money at the time? And I said, sure. I think it's right that you should sell it. Absolutely.
Why did you think it was right that she should sell it?
That was the only possession that she came out of this whole...
Besides diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, diamond everything.
Mr. West.
Sorry.
That was what she came out of this whole relationship with. Besides ulcers and heartache
Well, your daughter was the one who I assume ultimately decided that, that this was not a marriage that should take place. She married shortly, within a year after this breakup. You're the present husband?
Yes, Mom.
And you met him in Jamaica?
That's correct.
According to your answer. And also, according to your complaint, the defendant had visited Jamaica several times during your engagement. Is that right?
That's true.
Is that right? Alone?
Alone. With her sister and her sister's husband.
No,
Just a
no.
second.
My
Is that what-
oldest daughter is married to a Jamaican.
Just a second.
That's why we visit.
Just a second.
Okay.
But you had visited Jamaica several times with your sister.
And her husband.
And her husband.
Who's from Jamaica.
And that's where you met him.
No.
Where did you meet him?
I met him in April of '96
Where?
in Jamaica. I was with my mother and my girlfriend and her boyfriend and his mother. It was totally different, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, in April of '96, you didn't have the ring anymore, or you
No,
did?
I did not.
So you sold it before. Now, your mother says that you sold the ring because you needed money.
That's correct.
Good. Well, you had no right to sell the ring. I believe the plaintiff when he says that there was an agreement that if he gave you back the stuff, you were going to give him back the ring. In any event, whether there was that kind of an agreement or not, an engagement ring is a gift made in contemplation of getting married. And it sounds to me, even if I believe at best your story, that this was a mutual decision not to marry. Mutual.
Can I
If
say-
it is, no, say nothing. If it is a mutual decision not to marry, or if it's your decision, the woman's decision not to marry, in practically every jurisdiction, the ring goes back to the person who gave the ring, which is usually the fella. I mean, my feeling has always been different. My feeling is whoever decides that a marriage shouldn't take place, that usually is a good thing rather than a marriage taking place that's a mistake, and the ring should be returned. In any event, the ring should have been returned to him. I'm certain that at the time that the engagement was broken, he asked you for it, because it doesn't sound right to me that he wouldn't say, could I have my ring back that I paid $3,300 for? I don't believe that he didn't ask for the ring back. I don't believe that he didn't ask for the ring back, madam. You have a receipt for this ring, sir?
Yes, I do.
May I have it, please? Total value of the ring was $3,327. That's what was paid for the ring. The fact that you sold it for less is really totally irrelevant to me. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,327. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Guess
Back
what?
to you, right, please.
Good always prevails. I'm walking away from here a winner because I got the best husband a woman could ever ask for.
And now the next case.
Parties on Gonzalez versus Sandoval. Step forward, please.
27-year-old auto mechanic Gabriel Gonzalez and his girlfriend Ruby Sandoval had a baby 8 years ago. Before they broke up, he bought a crib for their son. Now he wants it back for his new girlfriend's baby. Ruby says she doesn't know where it is.
You two folks have a child together.
Yes, we do.
Boy or a girl?
Boy.
How old?
He's going to be 9 on April 5th.
And I gather from your papers that you were never married. Is that right?
Correct.
Mr. Gonzalez, tell me what you're suing for and why.
Basically, Your Honor, I would like the crib back because I paid for it with my hard-earned cash. I bought it for my son. He no longer uses it, and now my fiance right here is pregnant. She's almost due any day now, any minute now, and I'd like the crib back.
After almost 9 years.
Your Honor, I repeatedly asked for the crib when we first split up, and she told me to basically go to hell. Right now, we are having a custody situation right now, and when I had my attorney and filed the paperwork for the custody, I asked her to ask the judge presiding on the case, can you please ask about the crib? And she said, no, right now is not the time.
That's a lie.
And back in '95, when we signed the stipulation because the courts were behind, I asked for the crib back again. She said, right now is not the time. Let's settle the custody issue first, and then after that, then we'll go about the crib. Well, the custody issue is now dragged on for a little over 2 years now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You each have the child half the time. Why is he paying any child support? Just because he's the man doesn't mean he pays child support.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gabriel Gonzalez wants an expensive baby crib back from his ex-girlfriend, Ruby Sandoval. She says he only wants the crib because they are in the middle of a custody battle.
Let me just understand this. You each see this child, spend substantial amounts of time with this child. Is that
Yes.
right?
Right now we have a joint stipulation. He spends 1 week, 1 full week with me and 1 full week with his mother.
How is he doing with this 1 week on and 1 week off situation?
Well, he's not doing very happy. He wants to spend his time with me. That's why I've gone back to court, because the stipulation that we signed, he was to be back and forth 1 week. He's never really liked that. He's always wanted to stay with me. I support him in his school, his sports. She doesn't bring him to his practices. She don't bring him to his games.
Mr. Gonzalez, a child needs two parents.
I understand that.
And it's just very unfortunate that the two of you couldn't come to some sort of an arrangement where each of you could spend time with him. You know, this business of 1 week on and 1 week off may be nice for you, but it's usually not nice for a child. It's usually nicer if there is some sort of an arrangement where there is continuity in seeing both parents, you know. Monday through Thursday, you're with one, and then you sort of go off to the other one, rather than a total and complete break. That sometimes works when the baby is a year old or 2 years old, but as a child gets older, they usually like to have roots someplace. Has anybody tried mediation with the two of you and the boy?
We've gone to a conciliation court that didn't resolve nothing, and now, right now, as we speak, there's a custody evaluation. The evaluator has come out and talked to me. He's talked to her. There's also been a social worker involved, and we have a court date coming up in the end of October. And
is this your only child, sir?
yes, it is.
Is this your only child?
Yes.
Well, if this is your only child, and I assume that both of you are good parents, then I'm really sorry that conciliation didn't work, because it should have. Mr. Gonzalez, it's been 8 years, almost 9. How come you didn't save up for a new crib, sir?
How come I didn't save up for a new crib?
Yeah, if you made a baby. You made a new baby.
I understand that.
That's usually cheap and easy to make a new baby. That doesn't cost you very much, sometimes just a nice romantic dinner, right?
Right?
Okay?
Okay.
But you have to be prepared for a new baby.
Well,
Being prepared for a new baby doesn't mean a 9-year-old crib, Mr. Gonzalez.
Well, if you look at the crib, Your Honor, the crib did cost $800. She wasn't satisfied with just the low-budget crib. She did have to have the top-of-the-line crib.
Mr. Gonzalez, if you went to a garage sale and somebody was selling a 9-year-old crib, maybe you would spend $50 for it, sir. Maybe. Maybe. Come on. What's this really all about? Is this really all about a crib?
This is just he's just rebelling because we're going through court and all that. He's just trying to get me in whatever he possibly could. He's dragging me to courts. He has brought my son out of school several times, which is not even right. He's supposed to be in school, learning, which, you know, he takes him out of school in order to put him in the spot between him and I and just see us arguing, which I don't think that's very appropriate. The child should be in school, learning, and be away from the parents' problems.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Let me ask you another question. Do either of you pay child support to the other for this child?
He's supposed to pay child support, but he's late all the time. He hasn't paid for this month.
Is your arrangement, do you have the child 1 week and he has the child 1 week?
I have custody of my child for, yes. It's alternate
Why does he
weeks.
pay child support then?
What does he pay?
Why? You each have the child half the time. Why is he paying any child support? Do you work?
I'm trying to get a job every time I get a job.
Just a second. Is the answer you work or you don't work?
At the present time, yes, I am working.
So you are supporting yourself. Do you get any kind of aid from the state?
No.
Fine. Well, I don't understand why he's paying child support then.
Your Honor, I also pay for him to go to private school, pay for his uniforms, pay for his sports activities, football, baseball.
That's nice. You're his father. I just was talking about child support. If you each have the child same amount of time, you should each pay your own tab when the child is with you, at least up until now. That sounds fair to me. You understand?
Yeah.
Just because he's the man doesn't mean he pays child support. Parents pay child support. Look, Mr. Gonzalez, you gonna have a new baby?
Yes, Your Honor.
Buy a new crib. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. Step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
He's my world to me. He's #1 to me, and he always will
Takes
be.
him out of school, not
We'll
very
find out.
important.
We'll find
Not
out.
very
We'll find
important.
out. You're the one that doesn't even pay for his school. Where are you going?
No, I got it.
Where are you going?
This is wasting my time.
There were parts that turned green.
A hairdresser and an actress butt heads after a bleach and perm lead to hair gone haywire.
But why didn't you go back to her who would...
Why
this
would I
lady
go
had
back
been
to this
going...
person who killed my hair? She begged them to call me and have me to go and do her hair.
But if it's permed...
Yes.
You lived together for a while in his parents' home. Is that right?
No, I always resided at my father's house, but I did spend time at his mother's.
Did you ever sleep there?
Yes.
More than once a week?
Yes.
All right. According to your complaint, he owes you $350. $250 that you gave him to pay back some money for his daughter's school,
His son,
daycare,
yes.
or his son's school. How old is this child?
4.5.
Were you married to his mother?
Yes, I was for 4 years.
And when were you divorced?
About 3.5 years ago.
So how old is the child?
It's 4.5. He was 1.
He was 1 when you
Yes.
separated. And in addition to the $250 that you lent him for the child's daycare, you had purchased a camcorder together for $200. When you split up, he kept the camcorder.
Correct.
Your defense to this action, sir, is?
I have the camcorder, yes.
Okay. You have the camcorder and you
I've
paid?
always had possession of it, yes.
And she paid?
We went in on it together as like everything that we do together. We just we buy something, we owned it, and it just surprised me that she asked for the $100 back. So
Because he decided since he broke up, it was his house, so it became his possession, no longer mine.
Okay, so let's take care of this $100 camcorder first. You weren't married?
No.
So you each put in half of the camcorder,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
It was $200. You kept the camcorder.
Yep.
Is that fair?
I think it's fair.
Tell me why.
Because for one, it was my idea to buy it. It was my partner that I bought it from, and she's never even used it, and it needed work, so I had to pay for the work to be done on it.
When did it need work?
We didn't even use it, but maybe a couple of weeks, and then I needed to buy a new battery for it. The charger went bad, so it wasn't even working. I paid for all that.
But he's forgetting to let you know that when we bought the camcorder, I put up the $200 up front, and then he paid me back the $100 for it.
Just a second. You say here in your answer to her complaint that the friend that you bought this camera from was a really good friend, and he was selling you this great camcorder for a rock-bottom price.
Correct.
Well, so why don't you think that you owe her half, which is the $100 that she put in? Otherwise, it seems very inequitable to me, sir, that you got the camera and she's got nothing.
Okay, I guess I look at it like if we were to have we have other possessions together. Say she bought me a skateboard. Am I supposed to give her half the skateboard money back because she bought it for a gift?
This is not a gift, sir. I mean, don't you
Everything
understand the
we
difference?
bought together was ours.
This is not a gift. There's a difference between a gift and something you went into together. She put up the $200, you gave her $100 back. That means you bought this as a joint item. Assuming that you were married, it would be considered community property.
Correct.
Court would order it to be sold, you'd get 100, you'd get 100, or one of you would get the camera and the other one would have to pay the other for half of its value. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a difference between that and buying you a skateboard, sir, because you can only fit one behind on a skateboard, the last I looked. Right?
Sure.
All right, so $100, Miss Laporte, you have. Now what about this $250?
Well, when we were going out, I used to front Sean money for various bills, like his son's daycare, etc.
Why did you do that?
Pay. Because I loved him, and he always was responsible and always paid me back on time, and never had a problem with it until the end. And a couple weeks before we broke up, I lent him $250. Some of it was for daycare, and then others was to get him by until his checks came in from his clients. So I gave him the money, and then that following week we broke up, and he didn't pay me back on a couple of occasions. We met, we talked, he said that he would meet me to pay me back, and he never did. One time he told me he'd meet me at a restaurant. I waited for him for an hour. He never showed up. I called him the next day. He said he didn't feel he had to chase me around town to pay me back the money.
Does any of that sound familiar to you?
No, I mean, absolutely not.
Your Honor, I have...
Just up!
It just
No,
really...
don't look at your feet. Look at my eyes.
Okay.
Does any of what she said about making appointments to meet her, to pay her back...
Yes.
Shh. Let me finish. Meeting her to pay her back the money. None of that sounds familiar to you?
Meet her to talk about the issue that she thinks that I owe her the money when I paid her back. That's what we were supposed to meet for. I felt it was irrelevant to even meet with her, so I didn't. And she didn't have a pager or a phone, so I couldn't call her, so I didn't show up.
I had a cellular phone on me that day.
Just a second.
Okay.
Let me understand something. Are you telling me, sir, that you behaved in an unchivalrous manner by making an appointment to meet her to discuss something and then decided that you didn't feel as if you had anything to discuss and then you didn't show up?
Said, yes.
And then you didn't show up?
I
Is that
couldn't
right?
get a
Is that
hold
what
of
you're
her.
telling me?
Yes, I did.
Good. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff. $350. Thank you very much.
That is our excuse. You may step out. We'll see. Out the back door to your right.
I'm happy he got what he deserves. He gets away with everything, and I didn't want him to get away with it.
I don't get away with... What are you talking about? Explain yourself.
Mommy bills you out of
Oh,
this. Grandma
give me a
bills you
break.
out of this.
Give me a
Okay.
break.
You know it's true. I know it's true.
And now the next case.
Parties on Ambrose versus Moronian. Step forward, please.
27-year-old actress Melinda Joyce Ambrose says hairdresser Anita Moronian made her hair turn green. Anita says somebody else botched the job.
Miss Ambrose, you are dissatisfied with the defendant's services that she performed for you as a hairdresser.
Yes.
And not only, according to your complaint, do you want to be compensated by having her return the money that was paid, but you also want her to pay for, let's see, $600 for what it cost you to repair your hair, another $1,000 or so for you to take new headshots because you're an actress.
Yes.
This better be good. Go.
Okay. I have a picture of what my hair... I've been growing out my hair for 2 years. I went to expensive salons to have them take care of my hair. Anita is a relatively expensive... She works at a relatively expensive salon. I had been seeing her for at least 7 months. I have a picture of what my hair looked like before she went and permed it. It's bleached hair. And I had put some temporary color in my hair.
Just a second. Let's stop. You sort of glossed over that. So you put some color in your hair.
Yes.
And then when did you call her after you had put the color in your hair?
The morning after, and I told them what... I told her boss, and then I told her exactly
spoke to her.
what I put in my hair.
Yes.
Yes.
And she said what?
That it was still safe to perm it and color correct it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You want to tell me how horrible your wife looked?
Her hair after coming back from the salon was very bad. It was very frizzy. It was very damaged. It was orange and green.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melinda Joyce Ambrose says hairdresser Anita Moronian cut her hair too short, permed it, and turned it green. Anita says she warned her not to color her hair.
Just a sec. Color corrected, which means you put something in your hair.
That was too dark. It was darker than I liked it.
So then you made an appointment, and when did you go in?
It was that morning.
And what happened when you got there that morning?
I checked with her again and again and again, and I said, I used Clairol. It's a version number 1. This is in my hair now. She obviously saw the color difference because she had been my sole hairdresser for 7 months. I said, are you sure it's safe to perm on this hair?
Miss Ambrose, why did you take it upon yourself to do a home hair color on yourself if you had been going to very expensive salons for months and months?
My hair turned out darker than I wanted it to, and so I thought it wouldn't be a problem for her to put basic rinse through my hair to...
In a second.
Okay. A basic rinse through to soften the color and to perm it. It's a non-ammonia, non-peroxide solution, and I told her exactly what it was, and I asked if it could be done. I was very clear about that. I mean, I asked her over and over so much that I felt paranoid, and she assured me that it was fine. She assured me that it was fine to do a color and a perm that day.
Okay, so what did you do?
I went in, got the perm done. It turned out stringy and strawy and awful. Most of the color washed out. Some of it basically
baked in would be the right words. It stuck and wouldn't come out, and that turned kind of orange. There were parts that turned green. After Anita saw that, Anita looked at my hair. She told me not to see anyone for 2 days because it was really damaged. She couldn't color my hair that day because it was too damaged, even though she had agreed to at the beginning of that service. And basically let me go. She said not to touch it for 2 days and then to use a semi-permanent color, which is exactly what I did.
Just a second. She told you to do another self-help?
No, she she wanted to put the semi-permanent color in.
Okay, so she told you to leave with the perm that you said was not good and not do anything for 2 days, and then you should come back to the salon for whatever corrective measures with regard to color she would do.
Yes.
And then what did you do?
And I left out a detail, is that she cut off most of the green and the orange, making my hair basically a couple inches shorter than it is right now.
Well, you wouldn't want green and orange in your hair. So then she told you to come back in 2 days. What did you do?
In 2 days, I went to someone else who was not her, because I would never go back to somebody who did that to my hair again.
Miss Ambrose, you're talking as if this lady did what she did to you on purpose. You don't believe that she did this to you on purpose.
That's what she told me,
hey,
Your Honor.
you don't believe she did this to you on purpose.
Not on purpose, out of seeking money and out of negligence, yes.
Okay, now I'll hear you.
First of all, she's calling. I mean, I'm not a better actress than she is. She's acting, but I don't know how to act. So she called the salon around 2 o'clock in the morning, left a message. I mean, this is not a normal hours.
2 o'clock in the morning? This is before you worked on her?
She brought me in my day off to do
listen
her
to me.
hair.
Stop talking, listen to me.
Right.
Well, I want to know about when you started to do work on her.
Not.
With this perm.
She called that morning. It's my day off. She begged them to call me and have me to go and do her hair. In my day off, I went to do her hair. Tried to do a favor to her, and she's telling me negligently
Just
I
a
burned her
second.
hair.
What happened when you got to the salon?
She came in the salon. I came in my day off. I did her hair, what I had to do.
What did you do?
I permed her hair.
What kind of a discussion did you have before you permed her hair?
I mentioned to her, I said, every time you have a chemical process, anything happens, your ends might little damage. And it's very possible with the perms. It's always possible.
Did you tell her that?
Yes, I did.
She just said ends might have a little damage. That's like not 3 inches.
Your Honor, can I continue?
Yes, continue.
So I did her perm, but when she came, she had already green hair on her hair.
Just a
Every
second.
time you have a perm, your hair shrinks because it's curly.
Of course, that's, you know, you
So
don't have to be a physicist to
trimmed the
figure that out.
ends. I didn't chop her, I didn't shorten it 3 inches. It's already, when you perm the hair, it's by himself, it shrinks.
So when you cut off the ends?
I cut off the ends.
And you told her to come
and
back
I told her, I said, I cannot color your hair because she wanted me to color it. I said, come back in 2 days because a perm needs to oxidize the neutralizer has to oxidize on the hair too, between 24 to 36 hours. So I told her when she come back, I can put semi-permanent color. Since that day, I never seen her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I knew from the first day I met you, you are a weirdo. There's something wrong about you.
Thank you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Actress Melinda Joyce Ambrose says that she could not go on auditions after hairdresser Anita Moranyan ruined her hair. Anita says she's not the one who ruined it.
In order for me to say to you, I'm comfortable with any of your allegations, you had been using this lady for 7 months. You put your own process on your hair, which you know if you're a smart lady, and you rely on your looks to make a living that you shouldn't have done. Clearly, because you didn't like the result of what you did, you called her. She came into work on her day off to do your hair, to perm it, right?
Apparently,
right?
yes.
Apparently, yes. So I assume that when you called, you were hysterical, that your hair was too dark, and that somebody could please come in and do your hair.
I doubt I was hysterical.
My problem is, you'd been using this lady for color.
Yes.
You started a process that you hadn't used before. You were going to get a perm. A perm was going to change your appearance because it was going to make your hair curly instead of glorious and straight.
Yes.
All right, so that you were going to do anyway, which would have required, if I read your complaint correctly, additional headshots, because then if you had curly hair, it's different from straight hair. It's also shorter hair.
That's why I only asked for 2, because in the year that it's going to take me to grow my hair out back to there, I'm assuming 1 headshot session would have had to have happened anyways. But I lost all the headshots that I had. I can't use them now. I can't ever use them again. And I'm going to have more than that done
So
in
then
this
you
next year.
you learn 2 things. A, you should let a professional colorist do your hair if you rely on something. B, if you decide to have 3 processes on your hair, you risk your hair turning orange and green.
Your Honor, can I ask you to please understand
Sure.
one thing?
Sure.
And also, I'd like you to hear from my husband, if that would be possible.
What does he want to tell me?
How horrible it looked right after she did it, because he saw it.
Oh, sure, I'll hear you. I'll hear you. Step up, sir. Your name?
Nick Ambrose.
You want to tell me how horrible your wife looked?
Her hair, after coming back from the salon, was very bad. It was very frizzy. It was very damaged. It was orange and green. And I know how careful she is about her hair, and how she was very, very, very insistent that she told what was on the box of the actual label of the box of the dye she put on the day before, so that the person who was doing it would know exactly what was there and would be able to judge whether they could do a safe process or not.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a software engineer.
Let me ask you this question, sir. If somebody has a computer and they take their computer and they try, and doesn't seem to be working right, and they have a guarantee that goes with the computer, and they decide, well, they think that they could fix this computer, so they take a toothbrush and a toilet plunger. Say, I can fix this computer. I'm going to stick in the toilet plunger. I'm going to roto-root this computer, right? And then the computer doesn't work, and they bring it to you, and they say, hey, I got a guarantee here. The computer doesn't work. And you say, listen, there's an intervening thing here. There's an intervening thing here. You took this toothbrush, you took this toilet plunger, you try to fix the computer yourself. I don't understand why a woman who has been going to what she says to me is an expensive salon for 7 months, one night gets a bee in her bonnet that she wants to change her hair color, goes down to a drugstore and buys a box of something for $2.98 and puts it in her hair, or for $4.95 and puts it in her hair. And then she's so hysterical because of the way she looks that she can't even wait for this lady to come in on her regular day. She's got to come in the very next day and not say to her, listen, could you just fix the color for me, throw a rinse in, I just want to get it back, but comes in and says, I want my hair permed.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
You had here a dissatisfied customer.
Right.
Your dissatisfied customer paid you $125 for a process that she was dissatisfied with. Let me tell you what good business is. Good business is saying to a dissatisfied customer, listen, I'm sorry that you were dissatisfied. You've been my customer for 7 months. You've paid me for 7 months. You're dissatisfied. I don't think I did anything wrong, but you're dissatisfied with the service. I don't want you to be dissatisfied. I'm going to give you back your $125. That's what she originally called for, correct? You said you called because you wanted your money back.
Yeah.
And
she wanted more.
Hey! Some people are so stupid, they just don't understand. You said you wanted your money back.
Yes.
And if they had given you your money back, this matter would have been closed.
If it had happened right away, yes.
Good. Now it's right away.
It's not right away.
It's right away to me, madam. I'm giving you your money back, $125. It's more than I think that you deserve. I think that you contributed in part to having your hair damaged. You can't do one process, another process, a perm, and then a color to your hair and expect your hair to be as pristine as it is in this picture.
Your Honor, didn't she have a responsibility to tell me that before she did the process?
I believe that she told you that you were going to have damage to your hair. The fact that you didn't want to hear it is your problem. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $125, period. End of case.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I was working just fine. I had an agent, and they all thought my hair was fine. Anita didn't make me beautiful, and Anita did do nice corrective color, and that was great, and that's why I trusted her with the perm. It means you made my hair what I wanted.
Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to hear it. That's
for
all
7
what I
months
wanted
you
to
did,
hear.
and that's what it was in my
And I
complaint.
knew from the first day I met you, you are a weirdo. There's something wrong about you.
Thank you. Well, I'm really glad I referred people to your
Sure.
salon.
We got into an argument and I was actually arrested.
They were the closest of friends, but the relationship came apart over dollars and cents.
I paid, I don't have receipts, I paid in cash.
He wrote and cashed 3 checks on my checking account.
You're a user.
I disagree
called
with
him.
you, Your Honor.
Well,
He
you may
used
disagree
me.
with me, but since I'm the judge, I get the last.
Wayne McNeil is suing his former lover, 29-year-old Jason Brickhouse. Wayne says when he and Jason broke up, Jason didn't pay his share of the rent or the money Wayne loaned to him. Jason claims he paid him.
A domestic partnership arrangement for quite some time, is that correct?
That's correct.
That arrangement, relationship is over. You claim, Mr. McNeil, that the defendant owes you almost $3,500.
That's correct.
Do you want to explain to me for what, sir?
We were in a relationship which parted in 1995, and Jason moved out, and he went through some problems and things, and towards the end of 1995, he didn't have anywhere to go. He couldn't afford to pay his rent and things like that, so I entered into an agreement with him that he could move in with me on the
How long had you been separated at that time, sir?
From June through December of 1995.
And how did it come about that he told you he was having these problems?
He called me one day at my office and said that he had lost his job, he'd been fired from his job, and would I go pick him up? And
does that sound familiar to you, sir?
No, that's not the way it happened, Your Honor. Mr. McNeil stayed in contact with me when he moved out, always. Was always in contact with me, and
But
we
you
were
were
more...
not together anymore.
No, it was more of a friendship. It wasn't like I called him because I lost my job.
Did you make an arrangement to move back into his home?
Yes, I did.
And what was the financial arrangement?
We split everything.
Was that how it was right from the beginning when you moved back in?
I was a little bit behind. I went back to work in May.
When did you move in?
January.
So you went back to work in May?
Correct.
So you owed him rent for January, February, March, April, and I assume part of May. Is that right? 5 months?
But I paid it. But that would be the most.
How did you pay it if you weren't working?
He received my unemployment checks, and also I was temping. I did do work here and there
What
during
were
that
your
time.
unemployment checks?
$200.
A what?
Every 2 weeks or something.
Did you receive any of his unemployment
I
checks?
never received any of his unemployment checks. In fact, he always came up with excuses. And just as an example, one day he called me and in tears on the telephone that he'd been down to cash his unemployment check at a cash checking place on Santa Monica and La Brea. He'd walked out with the cash and he'd been mugged.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No, that doesn't. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's the absolute truth.
I believe you, sir.
And I have people.
I believe you.
Thank you.
How much was the arrangement for rent?
Half of the rent. The rent at that time was $505, and he was going to pay $250. And also, as part of the agreement, it was basically just rent. And the rent actually included utilities and all that sort of thing. I never ever asked him for like food or if we were ever
All
going.
you wanted was the $250 a month. How many months did he live there?
From January through March this year. That's what, 12, 15 months?
And how much did he pay you during those 15 months?
He paid me, it was a total of about $2,000. Did you get a copy of this?
No, I
with
have
the
nothing,
payments?
sir. I just have your complaint and his answer.
That's a copy of the whole thing with the actual payments that he did make me, and those payments weren't made until he had gone back to work at his place of employment.
All right, well, certain of the monies were repaid. The rent was repaid, $2,000 worth. You have a whole list of things, checks written fraudulently and cashed?
Yes.
What is that about?
On September 8th last year, we got into an argument and I was actually arrested. He had already been arrested previously
for what?
for domestic violence.
I mean, you had a physical fight.
And during that time, part of the court, the judge actually asked him to move out of my apartment. And during that week that I was actually in jail for that week, when I got back...
Why were you in jail for a whole week?
It was I think it was a mess with the judicial system at the jail
You mean they
downtown.
forgot about you?
I think so. So anyway, that's a whole other point. When I got back, 3 checks were written out of my checking account. He knew that I got paid during the time that I was in jail, and he wrote and cashed 3 checks to the value of $550 on my checking account.
Did you do that, sir?
Yes, I did, but I did not forge them. They were signed already.
Well, did you have permission to cash them?
No, I didn't have permission.
Well, then how come you did that?
I was mad at him. But, Your Honor, that money was paid back. You know, all this money that he's claiming...
Show me where it was paid back.
It was not, I don't have any receipts because I have tax liens against me. Everything I do is in cash. And I have a witness who is my current roommate now that will testify that I pay everything in cash, my utility bills, my rent, everything, because I can't open a checking account.
You can get money orders. You don't have to have a checking account, sir.
But I'm in a domestic relationship partner, Your Honor.
No,
I
you
just
weren't.
give him the cash.
No, you weren't, sir. At the time that we're talking about, this domestic partnership had terminated and we were in a situation of a landlord and a tenant with regard to certain bills.
No, Your Honor, we weren't.
Well, you told me that.
He was still, at this time when this happened, we were still living in the same household, and he was still pretending to be my lover.
I don't understand.
Your Honor, I could witness that.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
They would come to my house in the desert as lovers. They would come to stay in my house in the desert.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You have a new friend. Ask him for money. What are you calling him?
He's not a new friend.
No.
I've known him for 10 years.
Fine, ask him for money.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 42-year-old Wayne McNeil is suing his former lover, 29-year-old Jason Brickhouse, alleging when they broke up, Jason didn't pay his share of the rent. Jason claims he paid the money in cash.
There are a lot of things charged here. Gas, gasoline. Why does he have your American Express card?
He took it from
When?
me. I have no idea. He used my American Express card to pay for a public storage unit in January of last year. I have no idea how he got
Just a second. Sir, let me tell you why I have a problem with that. Because you have different dates here, but they're over a many-month period, so that when you saw the first bill for gas signed by him...
No, the gas and everything I did. I don't have a motor vehicle. He has a car, and because he never had any money, he was always asking me to put gas in his car because his job is during the weekends. He used to do deliveries for a messenger service, and he never had money to put gas in his car, so I would put gas in his car. And he always said that he would pay me back. This whole thing started...
No, that's nonsense. Come on. Let's talk about big things. Let's not talk about $11 for gas.
But it adds up.
Of course it adds up, sir, and if you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it. And it went over a long enough period of time so that you could have said at any time, if these were loans, listen, you have to give me back the $11, the $4, the $14. Come on, let's get serious.
He was always saying, I would pay you when I get paid.
Let's
I
get
would pay
serious.
you when I get paid, and he never would.
Let's take care of the big things first. There is an agreement to pay $250 in rent over a 15-month period. I can't work these things.
$3,750, Judge.
And you say he paid you $2,000.
If that's what,
now,
yeah.
Did he pay you $2,000 in cash or check?
He paid me in cash.
Can I speak now?
Sure.
Your Honor, this whole relationship, I don't have receipts. I paid in cash. That's why I brought a witness in that will tell, that's what I do. I pay in cash.
I don't care if that's what your pattern is. He already said to you, you paid him in
Yeah.
cash. He acknowledges that you paid him $2,000 in cash.
But he
I don't care
is-
if that's what this witness is going to tell me.
He is lying.
Your witness is going
Right.
to say that you pay all your bills by cash.
Right.
Well, but they were also in a relationship together.
Yeah.
It wasn't just roommates.
Listen to me. Just answer the questions that I posed to you.
Okay, Your Honor, this went on for a long period of time. I have a restraining order against Mr. McNeil. On June 22nd of this year, Mr. McNeil started pounding on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning drunk. I threatened to call the police and have him thrown in jail. This case was filed on June 23rd. It's nothing more than harassment and retaliation because I don't want anything to do with them. That's all it is.
Go ahead, Mr. McNeil.
Okay. The whole reason that this case is here today is because on June 13, Jason called me and said, "Can you give me $20? I have no food in the house." I said, "No, I'm not going to give you $20, Jason." He said, "I'll pay you back on Monday when I get paid." I said, "I still can't give you the money." So I left to go out with some friends, and I went upstairs and I gave him $5. When I got home that night, I called him up and I left a message on his machine. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and admittedly, it was a little sarcastic. It was the fact that, you're obviously out drinking the $5 that I gave you, because he had also been sick all week, during the week, with stomach problems and things. So that was it. On Monday night, I went upstairs. He goes to a domestic violence class on Monday nights, which I've paid for the last 3 months, $40 every time when he hasn't got the $40 to pay for it. And knocked on his door. He comes to the door. He'd also been drinking. He said, "I'm not very pleased with you." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You leave nasty messages on my answer machine. I know I owe you money. I'll put it in an envelope and leave it under your door."
And I did. I left $65 in an envelope under his door after I got paid.
No,
and
you
I
did
said,
not.
from this point on, leave me alone.
No.
Just get out of my life and leave me alone.
Was there any money left under your door?
No, there was not.
Yes, there was.
There was not.
Sir, why are you still calling him for money?
I thought we could be friends, but obviously we couldn't.
You're a user.
No,
I want to tell you something. You're a user. Because if you're not together anymore and you have a new friend...
You want to ask him why he... Sorry.
You have a new friend, ask him for money. What are you calling him?
He's not a new friend.
No.
I've known him for 10 years. We are just roommates.
Fine, ask him for money.
He won't pay him.
Why?
He won't lend him money. Sorry.
You're a user because
I disagree with you, Your Honor.
Well,
He
you may
used
disagree
me.
with me, but since I'm the judge, I get the last word.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Whatever she did was an accident if she transgressed on your rights as a pedestrian. What you did was a purposeful act of vandalism.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
There are certain things that I find were agreements between the two of you, and that was that when he moved back in, he was supposed to pay rent. Rent was $250 a month. I believe you when you say that he paid $2,000 of that $3,750 amount that he was supposed to pay. So I have $1,750 left that he owes you. I also want to ask you one question, just you. Did he pay you back this $550 that he wrote in forged checks?
No, he didn't.
I believe that too, that he did not pay you back. So I'm adding that. That's $2,300. Do you understand? That's what I'm giving you.
Okay.
Don't give him any more money.
Don't worry, I'm not.
Good. Judgment in the case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,300. That's all.
Pardon, excuse you. You may step out.
Thank you.
Out the back door to your right, please.
When he's been drinking, he gets violent, and
I don't know where this is coming from, but this is ridiculous.
Excuse me, Michael.
And now the next case.
Party's on. Kirk versus Schwartz. Step forward, please.
Danielle Kirk says bookkeeper Ronit Schwartz banged her car with a bag of groceries. Ronit says she only touched the car as Danielle drove recklessly through the parking lot.
Ms. Kirk, you allege in your papers that the defendant damaged your car when she hit it intentionally with a bag of groceries.
That is correct.
You want to tell me where you were and how this happened, please?
On July the 9th, I was backing out of a parking spot at the Pavilions shopping center, and I was 2/3 of the way out of the lot when I noticed
Out of the lot or out of the...
Out of a parking space, when I noticed that the defendant had stepped behind my car with a small child. So I stopped and let her proceed behind my car, and as she crossed in front of my car to get to her car, she stopped and started yelling obscenities and whatnot. So I just looked at her. I didn't say anything. I made no gestures to her. She finished crossing in front of my car and started walking towards her car, and I turned my car and proceeded to try and exit the lot. When the car behind me honked, she turned and swung a bag of groceries and hit the side of my car.
The car behind you?
Was honking at me to leave, but I couldn't leave because she was standing in front of my car. So as I went to leave, she turned and swung and hit my car.
All right, let me try to understand this. There were rows of parked cars.
Correct.
You're backing out of the spot.
Yes.
The defendant and her child were walking, and were behind your car, so you stopped.
Yes.
Then you say she came around to the front of your car.
Yes, she
Well,
was crossing in front of my car to get to her car.
So then you finished pulling out, so your car was backed out.
Correct.
And sort of with the nose heading towards the exit.
Right.
And she was at this point in front of your car. So you couldn't move.
Right.
And then a car behind you that was also trying to exit, you said?
They wanted my spot. They wanted to pull into the spot that I was leaving out of.
Okay, so they honked.
Right.
And then she swung her bag of
And
groceries.
she turned and swung and hit the side of my car.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
What did it sound like?
It was a loud thump. There was something heavy in her bags.
Okay. Did you get out and look at the car at that time?
Yes, I did.
And what did you see?
I saw a dent behind the passenger side door where the door opens, and I showed it to her.
Okay. And you got out, and then what happened?
I asked her why she did it. She admitted that she did it. At first, she said she swung a bag of groceries. Then she said she hit her hand on my car. Then she changed the story the third time and said it was just a box of cereal. But we
Did she say why she did it?
No, she did not.
You have an estimate for the damage?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please? Ms. Schwartz, you want to tell me your version of these events, please?
Yes. I was walking with my daughter on, there were 2 lanes of cars with their backs to us on the left side of the lane. I was walking and her car came out, we were there, and her car came out of the parking spot, and I grabbed my daughter and moved back. Then she started proceeding, not letting me go first. She started proceeding, and I said, wait a minute, hold it, because we were there. Then she made kind of motions that we could walk in front of her car, and we started walking in front of her car, and she proceeded to go. It's like, you know, she didn't really give us enough time. Then she passed us, and I was behind the car already, and I turned around with, my 8-year-old had 2 bags, and I had 2 bags, and I turned around to yell something because I was angry. And then all of a sudden she pulled over, she blocked my car where I was, and then she started saying, you hit my car, you deliberately hit my car.
Well, you did hit her car with your groceries.
Not intentionally.
No, Mrs.
Absolutely.
Schwartz, that's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No.
Yes, it is
You were
true.
no, Mrs. Schwartz. You were angry, and you hit her car with the groceries. There's no
I did not deliberately hit her
sure
car
you
with
did.
my groceries. I turned her car around. Her car was already past me. I had my daughter's. I had 2 bags of groceries. She had 2 bags of groceries, plus I was holding her hand. Because on 3 separate times she
In
wouldn't let
order
us.
to cause a dent in the car of over $400, you had to
Except that I didn't put that
accidentally whip around.
Except that I didn't cause
Not,
that
madam,
dent.
just turn around so that the bag of groceries taps it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand you perfectly.
I understand what you're saying, but I never was near the passenger side of her car. I was behind it when she had already stopped, and I never deliberately attacked her with my groceries.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mrs. Schwartz, judges are only human beings. We don't deal with computers, so you have to rely on what is common sense and our own human experience. And having driven myself in parking lots, been a pedestrian on the street, I can't tell you that, especially when I'm in New York City, how many taxi cabs I would like to hit with a heavy object. You remember those days?
Oh, Judge, I know.
Right? Because you feel as if people are being inconsiderate, people are not being careful enough behind the wheel, and you want to be able to respond to it. Mrs. Schwartz, you lost your temper. You owe her $432.69. Whatever she did was an accident if she transgressed on your rights as a pedestrian. What you did was a purposeful act of vandalism that's going to cost you $432. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I was shocked because I would never do this to someone else. I couldn't believe that someone would turn around and intentionally cause damage to someone else's property.
And I did not intentionally, deliberately, or with malice hit her car with my groceries.
The only thing that I feel I'm guilty of is loving her mother.
A woman's sudden death triggers a family feud between her children and the man she was planning to marry.
My sense from reading his answer is that he loved your mother very much. I don't think that you should be angry. Anger is a much easier emotion to deal with.
Her mother, Carmen. Jose Gomez also lost his fiancée and love of his life. Today they are before Judge Judy, fighting over mementos of the woman they both loved.
Order, all rise. Your Honor, this is case number 123 on the calendar in the matter of Rigos versus Gomez. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Don't cry yet, I haven't started. Okay, before we start, Ms. Rigos, relax. Mr. Gomez, you were engaged to be married to Miss Rigos' mother. Is that right?
That's true, yes.
Lived together for a while?
Yes, we were.
And unfortunately...
About 4 years.
Unfortunately, she died very suddenly and at a young age. She was 52, according to your complaint. The plaintiff is her daughter, and she says that there's certain property of her mother's that she wants that's in your possession. Is that what this case is about?
Yes.
And $5,000, I understand. And $5,000?
Not in $5,000.
I'm not interested in the money, Your Honor.
No, she says she just wants the property back. That was her mother's. Ms. Rigos, I read Mr. Gomez's answer to your complaint. And I must tell you that based upon his answer, I haven't spoken to him yet, he seems like a very nice man.
I don't doubt that.
And my sense from reading his answer is that he loved your mother very much.
I did, very much, yes.
What are these things that you want of your mother's?
Well, in the beginning, it was mainly just, you know, certain momentums that been in the family a long time.
He gave you back most of the things, or many of the things that were your mother's.
He came over, he didn't give me personally, he came over to my brother's house a month and a half ago, and it was just a couple of boxes with her shoes, 2 bags of clothes, which is not even a hole in the closet with my mom, because she loved clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And old pictures that my mother had from when we were young in our old country in Europe and Michigan when we were growing up. That's it.
What's the old country?
In Malta.
So he gave you back the mementos, those photographs and things that were irreplaceable.
He gave me those, yes. Well, he gave them to my brother.
You're the brother?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. So tell me what things you want that are your mom's.
There's just certain other things, pictures.
Tell me so that he'll know, and maybe we won't have a problem.
Well, my brother has 4 children, I have 2, and there's just certain things there that, you know, pictures, things that my kids bought, you know, their grandma, you know, for birthdays, Mother's Day.
Like what? Tell me. Because he has to know what things...
My mother was infatuated by clothes. She was a very short woman, and she loved clothes and shoes. That's what we bought her. We bought her lots of clothes, lots of shoes. Come birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas. There's certain things that my son has there that Jose has had there. It'll be 5 years this Christmas, which is a little Harley motorcycle that my sister-in-law bought my son. And my mother wanted to stay there for a couple months, and it lasted there all these years. And my son called him in April and asked him if he could get it. And there's just other things that are there that are mine. You know, my sewing machine, which he had brought over after he got served, you know.
So he brought you back the sewing machine?
The sewing machine. He didn't bring me the plug, so I have no use for it right now. But he just brought the sewing machine over after he got served. But he told my son in April, tell your mother that I sold her things to pay the bills. And I couldn't understand that. I couldn't even understand why he would tell a little 10-year-old that. You know, he has not gotten a hold of me, you know, and he won't talk to me. You know, I've tried talking with him. We had a great relationship, me, him, and my mother.
Anytime there was problems with them, you know, I was there. I was the mediator.
Okay, Mr. Gomez.
Well, first of all, the reason why I didn't talk to her, she had an unlisted telephone number, so I couldn't get it. And she wouldn't give me the number, so I couldn't do that. And the only thing that I feel I'm guilty of is loving her mother. I love my Carmen tremendously. She loved me 10 times more than I loved her.
It says here in the papers that you lent her money to start a business.
Yes, I did.
Some kind of beauty?
It was a facial business. She wanted, see, as far as money is concerned, I had no problem with that, especially with her. When after a year that I met her, her mother died in Malta. She had no way to get there. So it cost me about $2,000 I sent her over there because she was heartbroken. I mean, just here's her mother. She loved her mother dearly, and she had no way to get there.
So you gave her the money to
I
go?
gave her the money. I didn't ask for it back.
Okay.
And then when she came back, she asked me that, I told her to come back and we'll live together, and she asked me if I could help her start a business. I said, what's it going to be? So she told me. I said, fine. So I went up to, I borrowed the money from our savings. I said to her, we were going to get married, so I said, well, I'd like for you to pay it back, and I was also paying into it, paying 3 times more than she was in a month. And I said, because it's for our retirement. And she said, it's fine. This is all it was going to be for. That's why I wanted her to pay back while we could.
Was she working at the time, too?
She was doing, yes, a little bit. She was working somewhat. I never kept track of what she made or anything like that.
Okay. So
I have a log that says that she was paying me, too. She's paying, you know, every month.
Towards the equipment?
For the equipment.
And you ultimately sold the equipment according to your papers at a
Give,
loss?
which was, yes. When you sell things out of a garage, they don't give you anything for it. Found that out.
So how much did you lose
About-
dollar-wise?
How much did I lose? About $3,000 or something.
That's what it said here, that the
Just on
equipment
that
was
one.
$6,000, you'd paid
After
about
I made that,
$3,000
yeah.
off. You have any reason to doubt that?
No, we didn't mess with it with my mother's equipment. We know that he had signed for it, but she was paying him every month.
Okay. And it also says here, Mr. Gomez, that you and the plaintiff and another brother split the cost for the funeral expenses.
That's
Is
true.
that right?
Yes, it is.
Is that true? You know, technically, by law, Mr. Gomez has no responsibility to contribute to those funeral expenses. You know that. I assume he did it because he loved your mother.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He never loved my mother. She was miserable because of his daughter. Okay? You didn't bring that fact up, and I'm tired of this bullshit.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jose Gomez was engaged to marry Regues's mother, Carmen. They both loved her deeply, but are now in court fighting over who gets Carmen's personal mementos.
What I'm trying to tell you is, from his answer, it doesn't sound as if he's a bad guy. Would you agree with that, too?
I have an opinion, but I don't know if it counts. It's just that even though he put in his share into the business with my mom, she has done her part. Contribution towards the home that they lived in, contribution towards the business she built.
Well, just a sec. What he's saying is he took out a loan for the equipment.
Yes, I understand that, but the loan came from her too.
I know, but so much of it hadn't been paid back that he's now responsible.
We haven't seen that. We don't know what that is.
I believe that that's true, sir. I believe that that's true. It's my job to determine whether somebody is a credible witness. Yes, sir.
One more question I have. If he would have, many times as I try to meet with him, breakfast, meetings and whatever, if he would have just brought out the paperwork, I didn't want him to go alone on this. The same way I accepted him to help me in the funeral, the same way I accepted his beliefs, what my mom wanted for her funeral. The same thing I did everything for the picture when he took it out of my house on the evening when we had family in my house.
From my mother.
That is the only picture I had in front of the flowers to show the people who she was. He had to take it the same night. It's just, and I was nice, I let him go with it. I mean, there was
You mean this was his photo, just a second. This was his photograph of your mother.
This is mine.
Just a second. This was his photograph of your mother.
Yes, but it's our frame.
You weren't interested in the frame. You were interested
Actually,
in the photograph?
we are, Your Honor. We are. That's a momentum that's been going on through our family.
He'll give you back the frame if it's your frame. What you were upset about, what your brother says you were upset about, was the photograph. So you had the photograph displayed.
The way he did it, Your Honor.
Listen to me.
In front of all my family.
You had the
grabbed it by the hand and walked out like no respect. Didn't even come to ask me.
Let me tell you something, sir.
Don't you think I hurt too?
When? Well, I do. I do. I think that you all have to understand that when somebody dies, everybody feels sad. I thought about this a lot over the last 20 years, you know, whenever I've had family, friends, and in my own life. Losing somebody that you love very much, especially when they're very young. Parent, a mate. It's anger is a much easier emotion to deal with than pain. I want you to think about that for a minute. It's much easier when somebody dies to be angry at somebody else than to get in touch with your own feeling and feel the pain and the loss, which is why after somebody dies, it's so often in families, they fight with each other over stupid things, a pair of shoes, a dress, because it's much easier when you, especially if your mom was 52 years old and she died totally unexpectedly, to be angry. You know, why did this happen? So you get angry at somebody. I think you look like lovely people. I think he's a lovely man who took on a responsibility even when he didn't have to. He clearly loved your mother, and he made her happy. He made her, I mean, they were going to get married, so he made her happy. So are you prepared to give them back the things that they want?
Yes, what the little motorcycles you can. If
no, I have a
if
list
that's
here.
what happened,
I
then
want all
he
my
can
mother's
have them.
things.
Just a second. Well, let me have this. I'm not sure
I want
whether
everything she went in with. I mean, in the beginning, you know, I abide by his wishes. We all did. He said, give me a couple months. I don't want to part with your mother's things. We abide by it.
No, listen to me.
He wanted half of my mother's ashes, which is immoral.
Listen to me. You lived with her for 4 years?
Yes, I did.
No.
How long?
Approximately 4 years.
How long?
Lived together?
Yes.
A little over 2.5 years.
Okay, and you had a home together. Is that right?
Yes, we did.
You have things in your like kitchen, toaster oven, and a dinette set. Why would you think a white hutch from the dining room? Why
that hutch was my son's. And I feel that...
How could a hutch be your son's?
No, no, it was a desk. It was a brown desk with what it's called a hutch.
Yeah.
And my brother is a painter. He went over there. He made it look nice for her in her kitchen. He painted it white.
When was this?
This was just before she passed away.
No, he didn't go to her house. That was their home.
I went to her house to paint it.
Not her home, their home.
I see, I understand.
Yeah,
their home. They lived together. They had a home together. They were engaged. They were planning to be married.
Yes.
Stop with the nonsense, folks.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I loved her very, very much. And it's just.
What are you going to do when another woman comes into your life, Jose? You're going to leave the slippers and the pantyhose on the floor like you have been? That is stupid.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mary Rago says her late mother Carmen wanted her to keep her personal possessions after she died. But Carmen's fiancé, Jose Gomez, says he should get to keep some of the items.
You want to take out furniture from a home that your mother set up with this man? That's outrageous. He was not a bad person. He cared for her.
We didn't say he
I
was,
could
right?
understand you saying to me, I want the things that belong to my mother, the photographs. My mother had perfume. You have here. She had knickknacks in the hutch. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, sir?
No.
The knickknacks that are in the hutch?
No.
What knickknacks that are in the hutch?
China's, a little plate, anything from that belongs to my mom. What's
It's
the
not
reason
worth
for him to
anything.
keep
It's
it?
just, it's you know, it's hers.
The
We
way
got
I
it for
feel,
her.
he's gonna go on with his life. He has no reason. He remembered my mom for 7 months so far. He has to continue with his life and go on with a new future.
Sir,
but we have to remember what we have by holding what we got.
Fine. Sir, I'm going to tell you what I expect you to turn over to them. I've looked at this list. There are pictures and frames of grandchildren and family. I expect you to turn that over to them. Okay?
Yes.
You have those things?
I have the pictures, the frames that I paid for the frames, so I took them out of the frames.
You paid
I
for
have
the green frames that are in the bedroom?
Yes. Yes.
I bought those with my mother in Target.
There was a lot
Listen,
of green
the rainbow.
frames.
Listen to
I'm
me.
talking about the rainbow
Listen to me.
pictures.
The frames are
It's
not
only
important.
$3.
The frames are not important.
They're not
the
important.
pictures
The
are
pictures.
important.
That's
You
right.
want
I
to
have
give
the
them back in the frames, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay? So that you're going to give back. Now, do you have this motorcycle, Mom?
I will give that back. I have it. The only reason why I'm keeping it is I thought that her mother gave it to me because at one time that on Christmas, we had a little spat. So she said, don't buy me anything for Christmas. And knowing her, she knew that I would not accept anything from her. So she said, I've got this motorcycle, it's Johnny's, and I'm going to leave it here. And I was under the impression that it's the only way she knew I was going to keep it. It was there.
Okay.
Now, if it's not for me, then I do not want it.
Fine.
Period.
Then I want you to give it back to them. That's
wonderful.
Listen. These knickknacks in the hutch that she's talking about, you know, these little plates and dishes and things that she brought into your relationship. Do you know what they are?
I don't really, it's been a while and I'm not sure as to which, what
I
they're
want you to
talking
look
about.
through it.
I'll look through 'em.
Whatever you see there, pack up nicely, that belongs, that she had, that were from her history. I
Right.
want you to pack up and see to it that her children get. Will
We'll
you do that?
I'll do that.
Did you bring any of these things with you to court, sir?
Yes, I did. I brought.
Okay. Did you bring the clothes and other things?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and they're all here.
Yes, I left
Okay.
them there someplace.
And you're prepared to
I
take
brought
them?
back more pictures too.
And you're prepared to take
Large
them today?
blocks of that.
Okay. So this is not a very difficult case. It's going to give you back those things.
What about my dish set? I want my dish set and my plug to my sewing machine.
It's in the box.
The dish set is?
I didn't know it was there. I saw it and I said, oh, this goes to the sewing machine.
Ms. Rigos, you still sound very angry.
I am.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I don't think that you should be angry. I really don't. I mean, your mother stayed in this relationship. You may have thought it wasn't perfect. I don't know whether you thought it was perfect or it wasn't perfect. But she was a 52-year-old young lady who may have visited with her children, but her day-to-day life was with this man.
And that's what she said.
For better, for worse, they were a couple. And you should be happy that your mother, from the time she was 48 or whatever she was, I don't know, was she divorced from your father or did he pass away?
Divorced a long time
21
ago.
years.
21 years divorced until she met him?
Yes.
Well, there was
He
others.
sounds like a nice guy to me.
I have no.
So I don't know, Ms. Rigos, why you're angry, unless it's what I'm thinking and what I said to you before, that anger is a much easier emotion to deal with than pain. She didn't have a love in her life for 21 years. She met this man. They started a business together. They planned a wedding. Well, he helped her with a business. They planned a wedding. They planned to get married, so that your mother must have felt at least she had a companion of her own. Stop being so angry. Get in touch with your own feelings. If it's sadness, get over it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You return the things to her, sir?
Yes, I will.
You sound like a nice guy. She wants the picture frame.
The only thing I would like to keep this, and as I told Mario that this is what she gave me. She had this on the back of it. She says, I gave you this picture.
Who?
You can keep the picture.
Carmen.
Oh, let me see
She
that.
gave me, when she...
Just a minute. You mean Carmen gave you that picture in the frame?
She gave me this whole thing. And the way I see it, I don't see it as a frame. I see it just as a picture, whatever. She had that on there, and she just says, I give you that.
Just a minute.
It was stuck in the back of here.
Just a second.
That's the way she writes. She's only had a 5th grade education. That's
Am
all.
I correct? He didn't bring over this picture when your mother died. He brought over the whole thing, the picture with the frame.
Yes.
He
For the
brought that
funeral,
over.
yes, he brought it
He
over.
That's
brought
what I
that
took
over.
over there, exactly.
That's his, not yours.
That's mine.
That's his. And you keep it, sir.
Thank you very much.
You got to get over your anger.
This means very,
Pretty lady.
very, very much to me.
Pretty lady. Okay.
Thank you.
Give them back their things. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. See ya.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I have 2 little blouses that really remind me of her. And I have a pair of shoes slippers that she took off, and I never touched them yet. I just leave them there. I loved her very, very much. And it's just...
What are you going to do when another woman comes into your life, Jose? You're going to leave the slippers and the
not thinking
pantyhose on
about
the
that.
floor like you have been? That is
Well,
stupid.
What if I die
Stupid.
before a woman comes to my life?
You are so stupid.
Can I see the note?
I want to see that note my mother
I want
left
to see
you.
the note of his first.
Maria, you got nothing to do with this. I saw you twice in the 4 years, okay?
Where's
So
the
stay
note?
out
I
of
wanna see
it.
the note for this.
Stay out of it.
Why did you have never showed me the note when I told you about this?
That's right, I'm angry. I'm f***ing angry. Yes, I am angry. He never loved my mother. She was miserable because of his daughter. Okay? You didn't bring that fact up, and I'm tired of this. You had the f***ing nerve to bring your daughter to my f***ing mother's funeral. That was uncalled for. Uncalled for, Jose.
How much money did you give him when his wife was pregnant?
He needed $2,000.
All the uncle knew was his nephew spent the money on a woman called Nina.
You have a wife whose name is Nina. Do you also have a friend whose name is Nina?
Yes, I do.
This man isn't lying to me.
See, but the thing about it, Your Honor.
Somebody who has so many Ninas, you better be quiet. You got one too many Ninas, sir. This is your nephew.
Yes,
Say you lent him some money
$5,000.
over a period of time.
Approximately a year, yes.
So I have a couple of questions for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your father's brother, correct?
No, my stepfather, brother.
Stepfather's brother.
He raised him since he was approximately 6 years old.
So he's not related to you by blood,
No, he's not.
but he considers you his nephew.
I treated him like...
Somewhat.
And you felt close enough to him to go to him when you needed some money.
No, I did not. Because I didn't get no money from this guy.
You didn't?
No, I did not.
Well, why do you think he's here?
Well, see, he lent some money to a friend.
You mean your friend Nina?
Yes.
Now, I read about your friend Nina. He says that you called him and said that you needed money because your wife wanted to go home or had to go home to England with the children to see somebody in her family.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of that have a ring of truth to it, sir?
Not at all.
Do you
Not
have
at
a
all.
wife?
Yes, I have a wife.
What's her name?
Her name's Nina.
You have a wife whose name is Nina. Do you also have a friend whose name is Nina?
Yes, I do.
Do you have children, sir?
Yes, I do.
With which Nina do you have children?
My wife, Nina.
Where does your wife Nina come from?
Where did she come from?
That was my question. You have
Virginia.
an answer. I asked the questions, you have an answer.
From Virginia.
From
Blacksburg,
Virginia.
Virginia.
And your other friend Nina, where does she come from?
Where did she come from? We met her at a bar.
What?
I heard you.
We met her at a bar.
Who had to go to England?
Who had to go to England? Nobody. Nobody did not have to go to England.
Sir, did your nephew call you and ask you to lend somebody by the name of Nina money?
No, he didn't mention Nina.
What did he say? Did he say his wife?
His wife, so his kids can visit their grandmother in England. Prior to that, Your Honor, I love my nephew, and I always let him know that he needs something, he can come to me. Prior to that, I lent him $1,000.
Tell me about the $1,000.
Well, he had just got laid off from his job, and he claims to have a 401k coming to him. And
It's not true, Your Honor.
was
That
a
is
whole...
not true.
Just be quiet.
That's not true.
Just be quiet. For somebody who has so many Ninas, you better be quiet. So just behave yourself.
So that was the reason where the money was going to come from that he paid me. And so then he comes and he said, my wife got a, will I send my wife on a trip if my money ain't coming next week? Well, he got $1,000, so I say, well, look, I'll put it all on a credit card. You know, I say, I'll just call up the British imports and send the tickets right to his house.
And did you do that, sir?
I did that.
Do you have proof of that to show me?
Yes.
Can I see it, please?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 28 years of age.
Does your wife Nina know that you have a friend Nina?
Yes, she did.
Who went to England?
I had the slightest idea.
Do you know that I'm like a truth machine? Somebody lies to me.
Okay.
I feel it right back here, and I start to get a twitch in this eye. Sir, I've been twitching since you opened your mouth. Because this man isn't lying to me. Now, there may be some
Yes, he
other
is.
nuances to the story.
See, but the thing about it, Your Honor,
But what you're telling me is, I don't know what he's talking about. I never borrowed $1,000 from him. I don't know what he's talking about British Airways and tickets. Like, there's really something wrong with him.
I did not borrow the money from him. I did not borrow the money from him. What happened was, actually, let me explain my side of the story. Okay, there was a friend that I came to him, said that she needed to borrow some money. I didn't know he lent her that money. So he went ahead and lent her a lot of money.
What did you go to him for and even tell him this story?
Why did I go to him? Because at the time we were working out together, we were training, and I knew that his financial, the way when he was working and everything, that he was capable of lending it to her. So I just asked him.
Why would you ask your uncle to lend somebody
would I
who's
ask?
just a friend of yours almost $3,000?
I didn't ask. I didn't say he. I guess she asked him.
You know something? The truth of the matter is, your lying irritates me a lot.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So what you're telling me, Mr. Thompson, is that your uncle over here is making up this whole story about you owing him this money.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And later today,
I give laughter with a message. I'm Brother Dre. Those who know me know that I give world-class service.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Charlie Ray Thompson wanted to help his nephew, Lorenzo Thompson, by loaning him money. Now he wants his money back.
It sounds to me as if your uncle, who's a nice man, helped you out when you, according to him, got laid off from your job and came to him and asked you for money.
I never was laid off, Your Honor.
Did you tell him that you needed money?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
And so you're telling me he's lying when he said he gave you $1,000?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
He is?
Yes, he is.
You have proof that you gave him $1,000?
No, not the first 1,000, Your Honor. In fact, that's why he kind of had me over the barrel. The British imports were putting it all on a credit card. And I mentioned to him, as long as he pays the notes, everything was okay. And because I don't know anybody from England or British, and that's the only proof I have, is that it was on this credit card. I have personally 9 credit cards, you know, that I use. I didn't touch that card, that was his. And I did balance transfer to lower the interest rates because of lower initial interest rates for him.
Well, Your Honor, he tricked me into getting a credit card under his name so he can transfer all that money to my account under my name, which was going to mess up my credit.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
You got one too many Ninas, sir.
Yeah, and I kept both cards, which I have right here. Both of we got co-signed for a credit card.
Now, I believe you, sir. How much is built up on this credit card now for this?
5,136. It was. This is the old card. Now, he came to me, his wife pregnant.
His wife, Nina.
His wife, Nina, gonna have a baby. He just started a new job. His insurance won't cover him on his new job, and the county won't let him get on the county because they claim he got a job. So he needed $2,000. He swore he'll pay me $200 to $500 a week. I knew that he couldn't with 3, 4 kids. But I say, as long as he paid that monthly note, it would be okay.
That is not true.
So how much money did you give him when his wife was pregnant?
Two more thousand. 2 more thousand cash advance on that last paper right there. That brought the total up to 516. But on that very same day, we filled out for Bank of America, because I figured now it's time for your name to be on it. So that very same day, we got credit cards. I co-signed for him. I'm the original. I keep both cards. He wanted it, but I wouldn't give it to him. On that very same day, as I took out a cash advance on that credit card, we got credit cards, and we transferred the money to our co-credit cards.
Well, it got all very complicated,
Okay,
sir.
no.
Did you have a new baby?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And you didn't need any money for the new baby?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
You had all the money in the world to pay for it?
Yes, sir. I didn't have all the money in the world, Your Honor.
What kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm a certified trainer.
फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का. बॉलीवुड का राजा मैं सल्लू, साउथ का हीरो मैं अल्लू, दिखता हूँ मैं थोड़ा कल्लू, पर तेरे जैसा नहीं मैं लल्लू. ये नंदू साले टॉप लेवल का रंडू, फटफट तेरा बजाऊंगा मंडू, नीचे से पानी निकालेगा चंदू, गिर गया ना कैसे खड़ा होगा टंडू. आपा को बोल मेरा शादी है कल, एक साथ में पियेंगे बंगला माल, तू पहन के आएगा लुंगी और बॉडी में सैंडो गेंजी, जब बजाऊंगा ना तेरा पुंगी तब कभी नहीं गड़ेगा उंगली. साला दिन रात भर खेल पिसता है गंजा, मैं हूँ तेरा बॉस और तू है मेरा चमचा, लड़की में हंस के बुलाती है चच्चा, ढोल मत कर में गुड़ी का मंजा. फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का. फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं लड़की पे नहीं मरता, दिखता हूँ जैसे गुंडा, मैं फेंकता हूँ काली पक्का, दिन में हम दारू पीता, रात में हम पार्टी करता, फ्रॉम सैटरडे टू संडे में रहता हूँ नॉटी बंदा, मेरा किसी से ना कोई धंधा, दिमाग को रखता मैं ठंडा, कोई काटी करता है ना तो फिर बन जाता मैं बैड मुंडा. चेंज वाला शर्ट तू देखते रहेगा, मैं करते रहूंगा, तू सोचते रहेगा. चेंज वाला शर्ट तू देखते रहेगा, मैं करते रहूंगा, तू सोचते रहेगा. सिंचन वाला गट तू देखते रहेगा, मैं करते रहूंगा, तू सोचते रहेगा, ग्रो करते रहूंगा, तू जलते रहेगा, मैं फैलते रहूंगा, तू ढलते रहेगा. एरिया का मैं उड़ान नंबर 1, कभी बनते पठान कभी बनते जवान, पूरे एरिया का मैं उड़ान नंबर 1, कभी पठान बनते कभी बनते जवान. फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का. फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, फुट 20 वाला लड़का, मैं फुट 20 वाला लड़का.
Mr. Thompson, take my advice, sir. Take it to heart. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Tell the truth, sir. It's important.
All right, sir, excuse you. May step out. Back door to your right, please.
And now the next case.
Bodies on Black versus Helms. Step forward, please.
40-year-old Simon Black, a jean company owner, says comedian Andre Helm didn't perform long enough at a benefit concert. Simon wants the fee returned. Andre says he performed as promised.
Mr. Black, according to these papers, you were arranging some sort of a function.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you hired the defendant to perform a comedy act for about a half hour.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're supposed to pay him $400. You said he came to that event, performed only 5 minutes. He was paid, and you want your money back.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of an event was this?
Well, actually, Your Honor, what it was is that I was promoting my jeans. I own Simon Says Jeans Company. And Mr. Helm was a comedian in the local area. So I hired local talent to perform and to also promote the jeans. We were promoting our new 1-800 number and also promoting, you know, the jeans and myself.
So what happened? What time was he supposed to go on?
Well, Mr. Helm originally was supposed to go on at 2 a.m. And we, instead of going on at 2 a.m., he ended up going on at 2:45. And what happened was...
It's not what he says.
I disagree, Your Honor.
I know that you disagree. So first of all, it's 45 minutes late. Was that his fault or your fault?
Well, actually, it was neither one of our faults. It was basically what it was is that we were waiting for a crowd. And I told Mr. Helm that if he wanted to go on, he could. But, you know, he didn't have a crowd there. You know, he wouldn't get any type of response. So I told him, I said, well, it's up to you. So he said, okay, well, I'll wait, you know, a few more minutes or whatever. And so he waited, and we both waited, and we were both waiting for a large crowd to come in. But
2 o'clock in the morning, it's hard to get a crowd there, sir.
Yeah, it is. But in St. Louis, a lot of the clubs, they still stay open until at least 7 a.m.
So he went on at 2:45.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened?
Was
Was he funny?
Not really.
Was there a crowd at 2:45?
There was a little crowd. It was a small crowd.
Well, how much is a small? How many people are a small crowd?
We probably had an average of about 75 to 100 people there.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but the club holds about 1,100 people. So we were kind of expecting a lot more.
You lump them all together and you put them in front of the stage. It looks like a big group. Right?
Well, basically what happened
That's what they do at funerals.
Yeah.
So you get a small turnout. They sort of say, could we fill up the front pews? Go ahead.
So anyway, what happened was that he went on stage. He introduced myself, and he also introduced one of the rap artists. And after that, I didn't see him anymore. My security person, Mr. Flager here, came to me and said, you know, Mr. Helm walked off stage. And so I went to the front door security, and they said, well, yeah, he just left. And I said, maybe he just came out to take a cigarette break. And they said, I don't think so.
Okay, so he left. And you had paid him already?
I already paid him.
All right, Mr. Helms.
Well, I disagree with a few things. First of all, we agreed upon 25 minutes of stand-up. We never agreed that I would host the show, and he came to me at 1 o'clock when I arrived.
When were you supposed to start your stand-up routine?
I was supposed to start at 1 o'clock.
These papers that I have indicate a 1:30 start time.
He wanted me there at 1 o'clock for preparation.
Okay, but you were supposed to go on at 1:30. According to these papers, he says 2 o'clock.
Well,
wasn't it 1:30, sir?
No, Your Honor. It was 2 o'clock because if you look at the radio announcement sheet, it said 2 o'clock, and also on the flyers, on the promotional flyers, it also said 2 o'clock.
Okay. Let's say you were there, and you were going to go on at 2 o'clock. What happened after 2 o'clock?
At 2 o'clock, well, actually at 1 o'clock, he said, let's start at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
At 2:30, he asked me, could we wait a little while longer for a crowd? Now, it's not my responsibility as an entertainer to wait for a crowd. I told Mr. Black, I said I had another engagement that morning. I also told him that there was no one here to do comedy for, but I would work with him. He came back and he asked me, could I host the show? On this brochure, I was never labeled as a guest appearance.
I'll look at all of it in a
I was
minute.
told to go and do 25 minutes in the beginning, and he changed it because he didn't get a good response, whether advertisement or whatever. But he wanted to treat me like a calling card. Use me 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Initially, the show started at 3:15.
Okay, so he says it started at 2:45.
It started at 3:15.
And you say it started at 3:15.
The show started at 3:15, and that's when he asked me to host the show. Now, a host doesn't do stand-up. My prices are a little higher for hosting. I'm a professional comedian.
So what did you say to him when he said, would you host?
I told him I really didn't think that he should go on with the show, but I was there, and I had to leave in ample time to get to my other engagement.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Black,
Yes, Your Honor.
you retained the defendant. You bought his time.
Yes, Your Honor.
You had a program to do. You had to wait for enough people to make it worthwhile to do your program. That's what I'm getting at this, because that's what common sense suggests to me, that you didn't want him to start his program when there were only 2 people in the audience. Even according to you, it didn't get started until 2:45. He says it was more like 3:15. But by 2:45, you'd already used up the $400 that you paid him. When you retain somebody, you retain them for a time. Because of your promotion, whether it was promotion or lack of interest by the public to come and see what you were doing, he had to wait around. That's unreasonable. I wouldn't like that. His time is his money. So you're not entitled to your money back because he was there for the amount of time that you paid him for, and the fact that you didn't utilize his services when you were supposed to because of things beyond his control doesn't mean that you get your money back. This lawsuit is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
He wasn't organized. I do believe if he would have worked closer to me to help plan this situation, I could have got him a bigger crowd. I'm nationally known. I'm an entertainer. I give laughter with a message. I'm Brother Dre. Those who know me know that I give world-class service. I'm pleased with Judge Judy. Thank you.